We are always thinking of new ways to make our systems smarter, easier, and faster. And while we drive innovation, we still believe in the value of face-to-face. Meeting you around your table, getting to know your business, challenges, and ambitions, and finding personalized solutions. John Deere Financial provides personalized financial solutions so life can leap forward every season.
Welcome back to Irene Country Club for this, the last game of the John Deere Global Cricket Tournament. I'm Ken Borland, and a great pleasure to have with me Emma Fenter. And it is the Fidelity Titans who have won this tournament, courtesy of their bonus point victory over Easterns this morning. But this is the Gauteng derby. They're up against the DP World Lions. The Lions have won the toss and elected to bat first. And Gandhi Jafta, who is captaining the Titans in this game, Robin Searle taking a rest from the leadership duty. She is in the 11 though. And Gandhi Jafta is opening the bowling and has bowled a dot ball. And Saman Sonapur gone! Second ball caught at a deepish mid-on.
The Titans really coming out of the bang. I think it's sad to say that it's the last game of the tournament, but I think every lady archer is very happy to be playing in the tournament. But it's unfortunate for Sam Sonapur. You know, she was let down the order today to come and bat earlier, and it's unfortunate she's gone second ball.
Yeah, she just perhaps trying to clear the infield a little bit too early in her innings, mistimed to deep mid-on, and early joy again for the Titans. And the catcher was Tian van den Heervel.
It's a great way to start for the Titans, yeah. Second ball, wicket.
Emma, put your captaincy cap on. How do you beat this Titans side? What do the Lions need to do?
I think they should just start off with rotating strike. I think the Lions have a decent batting lineup. I'd like to see Robin Dormal stay in today, because I know once she gets going, she's a very dangerous player. I think Letabo Bidley's also a very dangerous player once they get going. I think it's just the Lions lack that responsibility role, and they can't manage to keep their wickets. I think they form great partnerships, and then there's always someone that ends up dropping short. And I think the Titans, they just hop right on that. So I think they just need to keep their wickets for the most of it, rotate strike, and the bad balls will come.
You mentioned Letabo Bidley. She's into bat now at first drop. Struck on the pads, playing across a straightish delivery. Maybe just turning past leg. There was a bit of bounce as well.
Yeah, I think it might be a bit high on the pad there.
Yeah, Bidley, I love her helmet. That white helmet is really old school. In the days when helmets only came in one colour, white. That's again a really good bit of bowling by Gandhi Jafta.
Gandhi Jafta really starting with the pressure here for the Titans. She's got a wicket, she's gone for no runs in her over. I think it's a great start to the Titans.
Oh, all sorts of trouble there. And given out LBW. Oh, Bidley got into a real tangle there with that delivery. 2 wickets in the over for Gandhi Jafta.
This is such a stunning ball from Gandhi Jafta. I think from our angle that looked very plumb from our angle. It's unfortunate for Letabo Bidley, because I think once she got an iron, I think she would have started to go. Yeah, that's hitting top of off stump from our angle.
Yeah, you knew there were problems for the batter when she desperately tried to move that back leg outside off stump. But too late, the umpire spotted it. And that's a pity, because Letabo Bidley batted really nicely yesterday against the Titans. She made 21 not out in a very good partnership with Jenna Lubba, who's captaining the Lions in this game. So both sides with new captains. And so far the Titans captain's having a field day. 2 wickets in her first over. It is Robin Dormal who's coming into bat now. She batted well against Easterns in a previous game. Watchful by Dormal, which is understandable considering the Lions are 0 for 2. A disastrous start. And that is the end of the first over.
I think the Titans, we see them every day just dominating in the power play. That way somehow managed to get on top of it, and the Lions aren't looking too good. 0 for 2 after the first over. Gandhi Jafta put in a great shift there at the crease. I think to get 2 wickets in your first over as a skipper, it's honestly unbelievable.
Could not have wished for a better start, no doubt about that. And from the other end, it's going to be Kaylee Tapp, stalwart opening bowler for the Titans. She's had a good tournament.
The Titans days have just sent out their third man, so we have a deep third man, and that's about all the fielders that are on the boundary. Everyone else is in the ring, which I think is smart from the captain, because the Lions are still sitting on 0. Yet to get off the mark, yeah.
Tap with the slip in place, and she's bowling to Rosina Manek, the Lions wicket keeper.
Yeah, to face the ball.
Oh, yeah, nice pull shot first up as Tap dropped short, and the backward square leg was up in the ring, and that runs away for 4.
Yeah, Kaylee Tapp just dropping that one a bit short. Picked up nicely by Rosina Manek. Like I said, only third man's out on the boundary, so if it beats the inner ring, it's runs for the Lions.
Much better from Kaylee Tapp. With those 2 wickets in the first over, Gandhi Jafta has broken the deadlock for the leading wicket takers in the competition. There were 4 of them on 3 wickets. She's now jumped up to 5 with just 1 more over bowled. The other ones with 3 wickets are Mona Lisa Lachodi, Kiniwe Makake, and Victoria Hamanyela. That's wide outside of stump.
I think Gandhi Jafta, she's bowled exceptionally well the tournament. It's a deserved title, and she still has 3 overs to go. So I think she'll definitely be our leading wicket taker for the tournament.
Yeah, and she sat out this morning's game, of course, making up for it straight away this afternoon. A bit of cloud building up here at Irene. We hope that we get a full match in to end what has been a wonderful tournament. Again, very strong on the pull. Manek, it's cracked away. Good timing. And it's 4 more runs.
Fortunately, Leon just coming out the middle of the backfield. They couldn't make it there in time. I think Kaylee Tapp just dropping a line a bit short. I mean, a length a bit short.
Yeah, it was a bit floaty as well. It wasn't really delivered with too much intent. She's had quite a heavy workload over the 3 days, Kaylee Tapp. Maybe feeling it a bit.
Slip has come out of play, and they've put Slip into a mid-wicket, and then they've sent out Kyle Corner.
And an even bigger shot by Rosina Manek. Brilliant batting by the youngster. 1 bounce 4 over square leg.
Now, Rosina Manek definitely not in yet to play. She wants to dominate this power play. She see her team is 2 wickets down, so I think she's taken on a leadership role, and she's doing quite well.
Very well, yeah. The Lions made 172 yesterday, which was a very good score. I think they're batting better and better as the tournament progresses. Nice, now through the covers by Manek. It won't go all the way. And she's coming back for the second. Very good running now by her as well.
The outfield's definitely sped up a bit since this morning. I think the sun's dried it out a bit. But now, like you said, the weather's getting a bit overcast, so I think I see bowlers today might step up and take a few more wickets. That's why it's sad to see Slip go, but I understand the captain's thinking from the Titans.
Yeah, they had to try and strengthen the leg side field for Tapp. That's a good delivery.
It's right in the block hole, that one. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, Manek solidly behind at that end. So a really excellent over for her and for the DP World Lions. 13,
as you said, Ken, the Lions get better and better each game. I think the confidence is just growing because their scores keep growing. I think if they manage to beat 170, that would be a real game.
You kind of mentioned it, that they've just had little periods of their batting efforts where they've gone a bit quiet. and often it's been when they've lost a wicket or a couple of wickets. So good to see Rosina Manak not put off by the loss of those 2 wickets in the first over, batting very positively right at the start of her innings. She's got 14 off just 6 balls. But it's Robin Dormal now facing up to Gandhi Jafta. Accurate as ever, Jafta. Jafta's 2 boundary riders inside the power play are at deep mid-wicket. And I'm struggling to find the second boundary fielder. Has she only got one on the fence?
Well, Gandhi Jafta's bowling exceptionally well. I don't see the need to have 2 boundary fielders out. I think it's a smart choice from her. She's the captain herself. Rosina Manak just going to tell Robin something. She's probably telling her to try and target the offside area. As we know, there's no other fielder there.
Nicely cut away.
Oh, good start.
Good fielding though.
Great fielding from the senior bowler, Kaylee Tapp. I think if she can get her hand to that one, that was definitely 4.
Yeah, Gandhi Jafta is just a naturally positive character. A little bit larger than life, so not too surprised that she would go the aggressive route and just have 1 boundary fielder. Really keen to squeeze these Lions batters.
She's definitely a confident bowler. I think she doesn't like to let herself down and her team down, and she knows what she's capable of. And she knows the ones that slip past are freebies that she's given away, and she'll make up for it.
Manak trying to steer that one behind square on the offside, but it went straight to point. Jafta bowls nice and slowly, so it's difficult to get pace on the ball. Oh, this could be trouble. It is LBW. Manak beaten in the flight and trying to play the sweep shot, and trapped right in front of her. There she plays the shot that perhaps she should have played, which was the drive off her toes. Gandhi Jafta on fire. 3 wickets and she's only in her second over.
Yeah, I think that one was just hits the inside pad. I think it was a close call, but great effort from Gandhi Jafta. I think she's playing exceptionally now.
Wow. So Rosina Manak batted really brightly and well for her 14 off just 8 balls. She'll be disappointed that she was going so well and then just a misjudgment on her part.
She was definitely the set batsman, and I think the Lions were relying on her. She was doing well, striking at just over 150, and it's unfortunate to see her go. And I think the Lions will be quite disappointed in that as well.
16 for 3 now, the Lions. 1 ball left in the third over. And Faye Cowling, the very highly rated under 16 batter, comes to the wicket.
Just to mention, the Lions have made Naeem Malefe 12th man today, which is a bit unfortunate. I think they would have really liked to need her because she is the leading run scorer of this tournament. Maybe someone in the Titans might overtake her, but I think they are missing her at this moment in time. But nonetheless, they have Faye Cowling at the crease, also quite a gun batsman.
Watchful to that first delivery from Jafta. End of the third over, and the Lions in some disarray on 16 for 3. Yes, Emma, Naeem Malefe, she really entertained us yesterday with that absolutely superb 77 off 50 balls. So she has a total of 114 runs off 100 deliveries. Alicia Rudolph is second with 100 runs off 74 balls. Missouri Garasas of Easton's third, 76 or 76. And Jenna Lubber captaining the Lions today. She's got 66 off 47 balls. She will be a danger batter for the Titans, no doubt. Erica Oda is in 5th place with 56 runs. And then we get to our first Titans batter, which is Robin Searle, who's on 52 runs off 43 deliveries. So she'll have to double her score. and a little bit more to become the leading run scorer of the tournament.
Oh, with Robin saw that is possible. I think obviously the Easterns players are out of it. They don't have any more games, and I think Jenna Libber could also, if she bats low enough down the order, she might have a chance.
Lesedi Madisha into the attack, and Dormal has just pushed that away to square leg. Good start with the ball by Madisha. Yeah, Jenna Lubber has produced some cracking finishes to Lions innings. Certainly someone to watch. Down leg by Madisha swinging and just glanced away for a single by Dormal. Again, a nice bit of fielding by Kaylee Tapp. There's no one behind her on the boundary, so it was an important stop.
Definitely placed Kaylee Tapp in the right position. I think Robin likes to use her square boundaries quite a lot. And I think it was a smart choice from the captain to put her there. She likes to just place it down to third man, which they have out on the boundary, and she just do that little flick off the legs to fine leg.
Bit over pitch by Madisha, driven firmly, but stopped at mid-on. So for Madisha, there's a boundary rider at third man, and one at deep mid-wicket come cow corner.
There's quite a big gap between mid-on and cow corner.
And that's driven through the gap in extra cover. Lovely shot by Faye Cowling, just punched through that hole with absolute precision and sweet timing, so she gets off the mark with a boundary on her third delivery.
Faye Cowling definitely a batsman to look out for. She's very strong on the offside and on the onside, and she likes to play in that V like we've said before. And I think to have your mid-on and mid-off up is a bit dangerous, but I understand it is power play and they are under pressure, the Lions. But I think anything over pitched, I think she's going to try and hit the ball over her head.
Bit of shape in from Madisha, but again,
Good fielding.
lovely firm straight drive from Faye Cowling. She's a tall girl, elegant, and yeah, you can just see that she loves to drive, and it's very nice to watch her driving as well.
Oh, definitely, and I'm glad she can actually finally play a proper game because she has had a bit of a back injury.
Yeah, in swinging Yorker by Madisha, who is one of the brighter young talented bowlers going around. Under 16, but she's made the SA school side already. The under 18 SA school side, that is. And a very pleasant afternoon in Irene. Good way to spend your Saturday afternoon, just relaxing and watching some really entertaining cricket. Gandhi Jafta is going to bowl her third over, just while she sets her field. Emma, maybe through this over you can just talk us through some of your highlights from this tournament, what you've particularly enjoyed.
No, the tournament's been can we just take a second to look at the figures on the screen? 3 for 1 after 2 overs. Oh my. What I would do to have a bowling stats like that.
Oh, remarkable, yeah. And it's going to become 3 for 2 now, as a single to long on.
Yeah, it's like watching something out of a movie. No, I think I've definitely had a fun tournament. I think the best run scoring I've seen was against the Lions when they scored that 170. But to just watch Robin Sill and Katie Pryor chase down 61 in 6 overs, to just, like I said before, it was like watching a highlights package. And to watch Simone Lawrence bat today, I think I like watching batting more than I do bowling. I think batting is more technical than bowling, but that's just my opinion. And to just see girls pick apart bowlers and just hit them over their heads and slog sweep, it's just something so beautiful to watch.
Yeah, you mentioned the regular Titans opening pair of Robin Searle and Katie Pryor. Well, Simone Lawrence and Christelle van der Schyf certainly gave us a show this morning as well. Nicely dabbed past the backward point. Certainly 2 there. Would it run all the way to the boundary? No, it's pulled in.
It's clever batting from Robin Dormal. No, we know she's strong in that area. She just give her a bit of width. She likes to play you down on the ground there to the third and to the fine leg.
Yeah, it's a good option at the moment with third man vacant and not too much risk attached to the shot. turning down the leg side. Gandhi Jafta is certainly a humorous character. She was one of 2 Titans players along with Mokolong Mapangula, who went on an exchange to Japan and played in their leagues. The slog sweep comes out, but it's mistimed to mid-wicket. And Gandhi was saying that she's never seen pitches that turn as much as they do in Japan. She said she was struggling to bowl her straight ball because even that kept turning. Oh, nicely bowled in the block hole.
I think Robin is definitely trying to go over the top. It's not a bad idea, although I think she's aiming for the wrong area because Kyle Corner and Long On are both out. You see, with the Japanese international, I didn't know Japan had an international team until Thursday when I came here.
Oh, nearly got herself into trouble there. That was a little bit straight, perhaps, to be playing that little dinky shot. Off stump, and maybe the edge were in play there. But the end of another very tidy Gandhi Jafta over.
The bowler just bringing in a third man. Kyle Corner's still out.
Yeah, Madisha is going to continue her second over. Her first over went for 6.
To just touch on what I said last game, the gap between mid-on and Kyle Corner is extremely big.
And the last time you were mentioning that, the ball went through extra cover. It goes there again from Faye Cowling, a little bit uppishly. Robin Searle was interested. She was diving, couldn't quite get there.
Well, they can have the gap on mid-on and Kyle Corner as big as they want because I think Madisha's just dropping it a bit short and wide. So instead of having a Kyle, maybe bring Kyle in and put out a sweeper.
Oh, bit of swing in. Off the leading edge, a one-handed attempt. Oh, is that Mapangula out there? Mona Lisa Lachori. Oh, she again came rushing in a bit too quickly. I don't know, it's probably a little bit difficult for the fielders on that side to pick up the ball against the backdrop of some big trees lining the golf course down there.
I think also from that angle it's easy to misjudge. You don't know if the ball's coming at you hard or slow because you've seen 2 players today just running underneath it.
It was off the leading edge, which is always kind of takes you by surprise in the field.
They have sent their sweeper out, so maybe I'm being heard from the commentary box. I think it's a smart decision from the captain because you can see Madisha is bowling it a bit short and wide, which isn't bad.
Nicely clipped there through that gap you were talking about between mid-on and Kyle Corner Emma, but just the single. Yeah, you want to encourage the bowler to bowl on off stump or just outside, so give her some protection, especially against 2 batters who are clearly quite strong through the offside.
No, definitely.
35 for 3 now, the Lions. Bit of a partnership developing. There's that late in swing. Well played by Dormal. She'll get a single out of the Yorker. Cowling.
That's a great ball. Great ball from Madisha. Straight in the block hole, but it was even more better from Faye Cowling to just get a run off that. The inner ring is quite on the ring. They are quite deep back. So easy singles there in the inner ring.
Again, driven not quite perfect timing, but a single to extra cover. Yeah, Titans throughout this tournament, they haven't held a slip that often. Their ring is quite deep, as you say. It's like they're happy, to give the opposition singles. Boundaries they stop you from getting. And we saw in their game against the Lions yesterday, the difference in boundary hitting between the 2 sides was an important factor in the Titans' win. as Medisha ends her second over with a dot ball. 8 runs off the over, and it's 37 for 3 at the end of the power play. I think we can give that one to the Titans, Emma, although Faye Cowling and Robin Dormal are staging a little bit of a fight back here.
No, definitely. I think the power play definitely does go to the Titans. I mean, 3 died in the power play. You never want that as a batting coach. But Faye Carling and Robin Dormal, I think if they stay in, they could give Titans a run for their money. They both are dangerous batsmen once their eyes get set in. Robin's a big hitter, and Faye Carling, she can also hit a long ball if she really tries. So I think there are 2 players to watch out for.
So Mona Lisa Lachodi is going to come on from the Wally van Heerden end, replacing Gandhi Jafta, who has remarkable figures of 3 for 7 in her 3 overs, including a maiden wicket.
As the field stands, I think it's been the standard field throughout the game. We have your curl corner, long on, long off, and sweeper out. I think a lot of the captains don't stray from that field. It's the safest field to bowl to. Anything full and straight, you have your protection on the boundaries.
Yep. Now they do have 4 out. Not a bad idea just to let Lachodi settle first. Give her some protection, nice and full. Bit of in swing again. But just squirreled away on the leg side for a single. Dormal goes to 9 off 15 deliveries. Faye Cowling now to strike. She's on 12 off 9. Oh, that might be wide, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Shots of encouragement for Mona Lisa Lachodi. Uppishly, oh, just on the bounce to Robin Searle at extra cover. Definitely mistimed there by Faye Cowling.
I could hear that one came out the top of the bat. I think Robin Normal might be standing a bit too far back. It was airborne for a second, but I think even if she's standing close, I don't think she's going to make it.
.40 for 3 now. The DP World Lions. Nice by Lachodi.
These next 4 overs, I think, will determine what the Lions tend to score, because we've seen in past games it's always after the power play, the 3-4 overs, they always hit a dry spell.
Quite right, and that's very nicely driven through extra cover. But a good bit of fielding running around from long off.
Great bit of fielding from Otile there on the boundary. She had to cover ground, and that was it quite hard.
So Mona Lisa Lachodi, she's had a successful tournament in that she's picked up 3 wickets. Robin Searle in business again, patrolling that short extra cover area.
Robin Searle is definitely a bit busy there in the inner ring. She's also been up and down for quite a bit of the game.
And again, nice wicket-to-wicket bowling and straight to Captain Jafta at mid-wicket. That's the end of the over. 41 for 3 after 7 overs.
It was a good over from Mkhodi. Nothing more you can want.
Who are the Titans going to bring on now to apply a bit of squeeze. Oh, it's the moment I've been waiting for. Michaela Mwatile, the young Namibian, is coming into the attack. Bowled very well this morning in her first outing.
No, Ken, definitely. This morning she has had a great game in the field. I think she got 2 wickets. And a catch. 2 wickets and a catch.
Just 1 wicket, I think. Although she could easily have got 2 or 3. No doubt about that. Here she comes. Bang on target straight away. Her control for a wrist spinner is actually really, really good. And also considering how much flight she gives the ball. Oh, that was overpitched. Heaved out towards long on.
Robin knows she must time that one. Didn't come right at the middle of the bat. I think if it did, it would have been over the trees. Like you said, Matule, just a bit overpitched from her. But with the flight she's playing with, I think it's quite common to happen.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Wrapped on the pads, but looked a bit leg-side-ish.
She's such an intimidating bowler to face because you don't know if you want to go back or forward to the flight and then you just end up like fake howling and just squaring yourself up there.
And she does give you a long time to think about it as well, doesn't she, while the ball is hanging in the air.
Very intimidating to play such slow spin.
Comes just down the leg side, unfortunately. Nicely gathered by wicketkeeper Boulder got her line right on about middle and off, and the big swing across the line.
It's a great ball from Matwile. I think it was just a wrong shot from Robin Dormal. Just stepping back to that one, I think she should have gone forward. I think she'll be very disappointed in herself.
Yeah, a bit of a rash stroke, really. The ball deserved a bit more respect, I think. Oh, it actually pitched on the midland leg and pretty much went straight on, in fact. And she just played all around it. So Robin Dormal is bowled by Mwatile, striking in her first over. Dormal out for 11.
Jenna Lee Libba into bat. She's the captain of today's game. Stepped up from vice captain to captain today's game. She's had a good tournament with the bat. Very aggressive batsman, as we've seen in the past. I think she's averaged just above 150 strike rate for the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. We'll pull up the stats for you guys there in a moment. But I'm glad. It's not nice to see the Gauteng wickets fall, but I'm glad she gets more time to bat in the middle. She has the next 12.2 overs to prove herself. And I think the Gauteng Lions need something like this right now.
That is one positive aspect of it, Emma. Yes, she's got more time at the crease, which will be exciting. That's way too far down leg side. Oh, again, and this time Luba gets back to it, but straight to short fine leg.
I think Matwile is lucky to get away with that one.
Yeah, Luba will be angry that she didn't hit that for 4. Deserved it. So Jenna Luba has scored 66 runs off 47 balls. She's the 5th highest run scorer in the tournament so far. She's unable to add to her tally there. And Motile's over comes to an end. 8 overs gone, 45 for 4.
I think the Lions really are going to have to pull something out the bag, yeah.
One feels this could be the key partnership, really. Faye Cowling is kind of set at the crease now. And we've seen how destructive Jenna Luba can be if she gets herself in. So Carling just needs to keep the scoreboard ticking over while Lubbe settles in. And if they get a partnership going, then they both can be very dangerous. Lachodi will continue. Just bringing her long off a bit straighter. Long on is also in place. Swing and a miss.
It's a smart decision to bring your long on and long off just a bit more straighter, because Faye Carling, she likes to go down the ground and down over the bowler's head, and I think Monalisa McClody, she does bowl quite a straight line. So to Faye Carling, you definitely want them straighter.
Nicely worked away off the hips by Cowling. It's nicely timed too, and she collects another boundary. That's her third boundary now. She goes to 18.
It's a great shot from Faye Carling. Maybe just a bit under pitch there from Monalisa McClody, is a bit short, a bit back of the length, and Faye Carling picked it up beautifully. It was also straying a bit down the leg side.
Yeah, she just worked with the in-swing very nicely, tucking it away. And this will bring up the DP World Lions 50 as she again flicks nicely off her legs. And it's 4 more runs, this time backward of square.
Same ball, same shot.
Slightly different place to where it was hit though, yeah. But Lachodi just needs to get her line right here. And she's consulting with Captain Jafta. I think they're going to give her some protection at deep backward square leg.
They've brought mid-off back into the ring and sent out a deep backward square, as Ken said. Still have your deep mid-wicket, your long on, and a sweeper, which I think is a smart choice. I think in women's cricket you always need a sweeper. As we've seen this whole tournament, a lot of ladies do tend to go over cover now.
And there, that'll be work for that sweeper, who's tumbling to the ground, tosses it infield to the supporting fielder.
Kaylee Tapat's put in a big shift there. I think she had a bit of a fumble on the ground. It was a bit hard to get up, but in the end the Lions only made it for 2. So I think she did an outstanding piece of fielding on the boundary.
As you said, Emma, the value of having the cover sweeper there, preventing the boundary. Again, swinging down the leg side from Lachodi.
The weather's not looking too great again.
There's some dark clouds hovering around.
Also had a bit of a drizzle. Just a slight one though. Nothing too bad to damage the pitch.
That's a good delivery from Lachodi.
It's a great delivery. That's straight in the block. There's not much you can do with that unless your eyes in and you see the ball like it's a beach ball.
So, end of the 9th over, 55 for 4. Good over for the Lions, 10 runs from it, courtesy of those 2 boundaries, as our friends at Supersport, Lesego, Poe and crew are doing another interview, so do keep an eye out on Supersport. I believe there's going to be a whole feature on this tournament that they're putting together, so that'll be lovely to watch and remember what has been really a fabulous 3 days here at Irene Country Club. Matwile to continue from the golf course end. A little bit leg side again and pulled away to deep square leg.
I think Jenna Libber tried to overhit that one. I think she swung at it and she just got under it, unfortunately. I think that should have gone straight over deep square's head. It's a bit down leg. Ball picked up nicely. So I think she's kicking herself about that one.
Over pitched a bit and swept again to tap there at deep square leg. Matwile this morning bowled from our end the clubhouse in Wally van Heerden end. She switched ends this afternoon. I wonder if maybe she's just not as comfortable from that end.
But as Jenna was saying now, you guys can't see it on the screen, but there's a bit of a slope. So I think from that end, not just giving away their wides, I don't think you should ever bowl wides, but it's unfortunate. But I think just from that end, it does tend to go leg side, and then from the clubhouse end, it does tend to go more on the offside.
Yeah, good point, Emma. As that's clipped wide of long off for a single. .58 for 4 now, as we near the halfway point of this innings. Nicely clipped away again, but again, to deep square leg. Just a one.
That was nicely picked up by Faye Carling, but they have protection on the boundary.
Lions, having won the toss and elected to bat, rocked in the very first over by 2 wickets by Gandhi Jafta, who then took a third in her second over. That's nicely driven down to long on. Just the one. And end of the 10th over, 60 for 4, halfway through their innings, the Lions. Emma, give us a ballpark figure of what do you think they're aiming for? What do they need to get?
I think 120 is in the target for them. I think if these two get going, I think 125 might be in the target. But thank you, Ken, for commentating with me. We're now having commentating change. You're joined by Jenna So.
All right, good afternoon, Emma, and to all the viewers and listeners that are watching our stream of the Global Cricket Tournament. And I'm sure you enjoyed the expert commentary from Mr. Ken Borland and Emma Fenter in the first half of this first innings of this Yukskade Derby. Kaylee Tapp coming into the attack for the Fidelity Titans.
Jenna, what do you think of the Titans' performance so far in the first 10?
Yeah, it's been okay. I would have hoped that after the first couple of wickets that they managed to get in the power play, that they would have been able to squeeze a bit more. Because often after a collapse can let the reins go a little bit and allow the batters to score freely, which they have done after their start.
Oh, beautiful ball from Kaylee Tapp there. Just pushing it outside, wanting generally Liberty just put it straight into Point's hands.
Yeah, and with the fastest, most attacking bowler coming back into the attack, I think that is the thought process of Gandhi Jafta, to bring in not necessarily a wicket taker, but somebody who has the potential to both bowl fast and hard at the Lions batters.
Oh, it's just such a good line and length, is it not? I think you can always just rely on your senior bowler, and Gandhi Jafta's had such a great game, not just with the ball, but just on the field as a captain. She's placed the fielders in the right area, she's picked the bowlers at the right time, and I think that's why the score is 60 for 4.
Yeah, for sure. And I had a little bit of a chat with Kaylee Tapp yesterday at the braai that was hosted by John Deere at Supersport Park in the AB de Villiers suite. And she was quite happy with her bowling and the areas that she was able to get into yesterday.
That one just being airborne for a second there. I don't think Kaylee Tapp could get to it. She was still finishing her run up. But yeah, no, I think definitely she should be happy with her bowling figure. She has bowled extremely well this tournament. Not getting as many wickets as I think she would like, but she's been a keen player for the Titans ladies and just drying up the spells when they need to, being a clever bowler, being aggressive, and just putting pressure on the opposing teams.
Yeah, she only has 1 wicket in her 10 overs that she's bowled so far.
Also being a bit airborne there for a sec. I think third man might have been a bit too straight. Kaylee Tapp does like to push it a bit outside, so I think she should have just gone a bit more. But it rolls away for a 4 in the end. I think Faye Carling's a bit lucky with that one.
Yeah, I think often with the line that Kaylee Tapp is bowling to a more experienced batter, a batter that has a really good technique and has been playing at a high level for a long time, that consistent top of off stump line that she has been bowling throughout the tournament is successful at a level of CSA provincial cricket.
It's a good line, good length. Kaylee Tapp just bowling to her field. Oh, the lines are pushing for 2. Will they make it? Yes, Faye Carling safely. And, you know, she's quite a tall girl. She has long legs, so like 2 of my strides is 3 of hers. I mean 1 of hers, sorry.
Yeah, so Kaylee Tapp is happy with the areas that she's been able to access and feels that, not to say that the competition is any different at this level that we've seen at the Global Cricket Tournament than it is at a provincial level, but there are a lot of youngsters being brought into this and being given the space to grow. So it is good to see that she's not trying to attack the stumps more than she usually does, and she's continuing to do what she is good at.
You go to Streamlabs.
I think the Titans ladies were anticipating maybe an outside edge because they did bring Gully in for that last ball. But Faye Carling just swinging across the line, landing short of long on.
What's the flash are you getting?
Yeah, 68 for 4 after 11 with Faye Cowling doing some really good work out in the middle. She had a nice partnership going with Robin Dormalba before the wicket fell, which brought Jenna Lee Libba into the middle here at Irene Country Club. Some dark clouds ahead of us, and with the beautiful views here at Irene Country Club, the thick line of trees that surrounds us. It's quite a beautiful setting. We have seen 2 big thunderstorms with quite a lot of lightning over the last 2 days, which happens to come at about between 3:30 and 4 o'clock yesterday. As soon as the last ball was bowled, about 2 or 3 minutes later, the lightning siren went off for the golf course. So it was a good thing that a result was able to be made yesterday. And of course, on the first day, the game between the Titans and Easterns was reduced overs because of the weather.
It's a Pretoria weather, I tell you. But into bowl we have Christelle van Schuyf. She bowled in the last over against Ethan. She bowled in the death. She did quite well. She did get a wicket, and I think she bowled quite well. She did a few slip down the leg side, but like we already said, there's a slope running from the right end to the left end on the screen. Just unfortunately fumbled by the square leg fielder Kaylee Tapp. I think Christelle van Schuyf might be a bit disappointed in her teammates, because as we've seen, the Titans have been on top of their fielding this whole game and this whole tournament actually, so I think she might be a bit disappointed there.
Yeah, for sure. Just taking her eyes off the ball at the last second, but it was beautifully clipped off the pads there by Faye Cowling. Such an exciting player to watch. She won all round of the tournament at the Under-16 National Week in December last year.
It was a good ball from Christelle van Schuyf. Just unfortunately Jenna Libba just reaching out there and just getting the top edge off of it. I think a third man would have been needed, but they have their fielders out. They have their long on, cow corner, long off, and a sweeper. So I think the line Christelle van Schuyf bowled maybe isn't correct for the field she has set. I think she should just go a bit straighter. Oh, and they've put a third man in.
Yeah, short third man, Mekalai Mwatsile, has moved over from the leg side, short fine leg position.
It's airborne and drops safely in front of the fielders.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Mona Lisa Lekhodi run forward to attempt taking that catch, but she kind of parachuted out of it and just fell in no man's land. Christelle van Schuyf really hitting the deck hard there. Pulled it into the deck, so it did come about hip height.
Oh.
No ball's been called. The catch is taken and they're trying to look for the run out, but square leg umpire called the no ball for height quite early on.
No, but unfortunate from Christelle van Schuyf, 30 third man taking the catch. I think if it just unfortunately bounds, it would have been another wicket for the Titans ladies, and I think they are a bit disappointed by that. But it is a free hit. Jenna Libber on strike. She can hit a long ball if she wants to. So I think she might be trying to go over the bowler's head. What do you think, Jenna?
Yeah, for sure, especially because long off has been brought up into the ring. So the open area is over that player's head, and she looks to go there but gets a thick outside edge, and that races away for 4. So the free hit was successful in the end for the Lions skipper, even though it didn't go exactly where she wanted it to.
I think it wasn't a bad ball. I think it was just a line. I think the length was a great idea to always throw in a bouncer there in a no ball. No one really expects it, and I think just the line she got wrong. You know, your third man is in the ring. She's never going to catch that. Christophe van Schuyf isn't the slowest bowler. So I think it was just that line that let her down. But Jenna Libber doing what she does best and just taking it apart. Oh, that one just straying. She's, like you said, it's just straying a bit too far on the offside. And we can't take credits to the slope for that one because the slope goes the other way.
Yeah, we've seen that from a couple of the young bowlers that when they are hit for a couple, they try to overcorrect and end up straying down past wide lines on either side of the wicket.
It's much better line and length, straight into points hands. And I think that is Simone Lawrence at points, and you know, she's a keeper, she won't let that one go through.
No, she definitely won't. And that'll bring about the end of the 12th over, 81 for 4. With Faye Cowling on 35 of 27 and Jenna Libber slowly finding her feet out there at the crease. She's on 100 strike rates and she's caught up nicely after a slowish start. But it's always important and vital that if you do have a slow start, not to panic. And I think she's shown that. Even though she's young, she has quite a nice temperament. She's an exciting young player. I coached her at regional level. Before the provincial teams were selected in Gauteng. They play a regional week where all the schools are split up into the different regions, and I had the privilege of coaching Jenna Libber, and I of course coached Faye Cowling at school level, and both of them are really wonderful young players to look out for the future.
We have Kaylee Tapp into bowl her third over. She's been a bit expensive in her 2 overs, but she's a clever bowler, and I think she'll bring it back. She knows how to...
Yeah, there was a big strike of lightning, and I'm sure the umpires will be checking. Match referee Lauren Achenbach has been here all 3 days of the tournament, and I'm sure she'll be checking in on the lightning detection apps or alarms, however they use it. You can hear a bit of thunder rumbling in the background.
Oh, just pushing that one a bit too far outside the off stump. I think that her action, and she came around with more of a round arm. That one looked like she slung it more than she bowled it. Maybe just trying to pick up the pace of it. I think she's trying to intimidate these young batsmen, which isn't always the bad thing to do. I think as a young batsman, you don't want to face pace. Yeah, just the faint edge. We can all hear it from you. As soon as Faye Cowling swung at that, we all just heard it from you and all stuck our hands up in the commentary box. It was an unfortunate shot from Faye Cowling. I think it was the right shot. Just we knew it was going to come eventually. They put in that gully, and I wish they had a slip in play. I think that would have been better. But it was a great ball from Kaylee Tapp, and Faye Cowling unfortunately has to walk for 35 of 27.
Yeah, just throwing hands in it, feet and head were nowhere in the shot really, just reaching for it. And I think if you were on the field, you might have said something about just going fishing for balls too far outside the off stump. But a good catch in the end by Akari Nishimura. We saw her drop one, similar one to that, also off the bowling of Kaylee Tapp in the first game that she kept against the Lions, but taking that one comfortably, and there was never really a doubt. Into the crease walks Liani Swanepoel to join Jenna Libber. So an exciting all-rounder, part of the Gauteng under-16 team. So far this tournament, she has bowled quite nicely. In her 6 overs that she has bowled, she's got 1 wicket, but she is an all-rounder. In the first game against Eastern, she managed to score 12 of 16, and she is also an exciting prospect to look out for the future.
Also quite a tall batsman for her age. Don't know if that's a positive or a negative thing. I always preferred being a shorter batsman. But for Faye Carling it works, so for Lani Swanepoel it'll probably also work. Oh, that's a great ball from Kaylee Tapp. Just straight in the block hole. Nothing you can do about that. A bit of a back of the length. Getting Lani Swanepoel right in the ribs there.
A really nice line and length, just squeezing up the batter. That top of off stump line is where Kaylee Tapp is most successful.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. I think she's definitely poured it back from the first 2 overs she's had. Unfortunate for that wide in the first over, but she came back with the faint edge from Faye Carling. And I think she just might leave them to dot it up for the rest of the over. I think Lani Swanepoel's just seen her teammate go out. It's a very similar shot to that, and I think the keeper behind the stumps she's looking at that ball thinking it's going to come straight off the bat again. It's just great bowling from Kaylee Tapp. You know, I think now the pressure's on for the Lions once again. I generally Libba just going to Leonie, probably telling her not to go and fish outside off because Kaylee Tapp, she is setting it up, and I think that Kylie might move into a first slip position. I'm hoping they do that, have more of an attacking game. I think the thought process was there. They did try and go for that attacking game to try and reach that gully, but maybe just pushing it a bit far wide.
Yeah, Kaylee Tapp will probably kick me for saying this, but she is the second oldest player part of this tournament, and she's bowled a lot of overs. So just having a look at her figures, and yeah, she's been out in the middle for a long time. This is her 12th over, so the legs must be feeling like lead. It's understandable that she might be tired.
Just coming off the legs of Lani Swanepoel. Kaylee Tapp trying a bit on the leg side, and Lani Swanepoel making the most of it. Going for the quick single straight into the hands of Gandhi Jafta.
We saw Kaylee Tapp have a really exciting over yesterday against Eastern Storm, where she bowled 5 balls in that beautiful top of off stump line length, and then she strayed into the pads and allowed 2 to be taken, and she's almost done something similar here, minus the wides of course.
Oh, it's a great shot from Jenna Libba, but even better fielding at point.
Yeah, Tiani van der Hevel did really great work there, just sliding on her knees to the left to cut that one off. And she's had quite a difficult start in the field in the CSA One Day and T20 Cup that is played on Saturdays and Sundays. The Titans have played 7 of their allotted 10 fixtures, and she's been in and out of that starting 11 and struggled a little bit in the field, but she's definitely getting better, working hard on her fielding as well as her batting and bowling, and I do think she's an exciting player. I think she'll always be a good, consistent player, part of the Titans team if she chooses to follow in a career of provincial cricket, which is now a career, which is so exciting. Provincial players are being paid, some of them a salary that is enough to live off of.
Janet, it is very cool to think about that. Like I said to Ken earlier on today, I didn't know Japan had an international cricket team until Thursday, so to just think how cricket's grown is actually genuinely shocking. But Christelle van Schuyf in to finish the second over. She was a bit expensive in the first over, and maybe that could be the reason why, just pushing the balls out a bit too much of the wide line.
Yeah, and the introduction of professionalism in the provincial women's setup is all thanks to the Protea women who were able to get into the World Cup final that was hosted in Cape Town in March.
So Christelle van Schuyf just dropping that one a bit short, and Leonie Swanepoel picking it up beautifully. I think a lot of women are leg side dominated, and anything drop short, it is runs, and they don't have a deep square on the boundary, so easy pickings for Leonie Swanepoel. Yeah, definitely dropped way too short for Christelle van Wyk. She knew it as soon as it came out the hand.
Yeah, Leonie Swanepoel just rocking back knowing that the fielder was in the ring and that she had to hit it over the head of Kaylee Tapp.
Just pulling out of a run-up. Me and Jenna touched on this yesterday. I'd rather have my bowlers pull out of my run-up than run in and bowl a wide or a no ball. Just shows a bit of thinking. Oh, much better ball. Giannis Sonapul just having to dot that one out. That was a much better ball from Christophe van Schuyf. Straight in the block hole. Not much you can do about that one.
Yeah, good from Van Schuyf. Little bit of a tough start, but she's brought it back nicely with that off-stump full length delivery.
Oh, almost a run out there from the Titans ladies. I think it was quite a risky single. Now the Titans ladies, they're quick to the ball and they're quick off the I think they might have been standing a bit on the back foot there. But missed opportunity for a run out, unfortunately. But Christophe van Schuyf.
Van Schuyf. It's okay, breathe. Tongue twister, isn't it?
No, it is. There's so many fun. Oh, great pickup from her.
Yeah, making sure that they aren't able to replicate the previous ball with soft hands into the cover, just doing the work of her own bowling. And we're just looking at a couple of lightning flashes around the ground here at Irene Country Club. It's made me flinch a little bit.
That was a great ball from the bowler. I think Jenna Libb is feeling that one a bit. Oh, it is a bit unfortunate. It was a great ball. I love a bit of aggressive bowling from my bowlers. And I think Christophe van Schuyf, she might be walking back with a bit of a smile on her face. She's thinking, maybe don't try and hit me out the park.
Yeah, getting a little bit of extra bounce there is Van Schuyf and crashed into the ribs of Jenna Libb. She's rubbing the side of her body a bit. Definitely leave a blue mark.
Oh, and Jenna Libb retaliates with that. She just tries to crack it through the covers. Will it make it? Unfortunately not. I think Jenna Libb was hoping that would make it. Just to rub it in the face a little bit more. Still unfortunately holding her ribs. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. It was a bit short from Van Schuyf. But Jenna Libb doing nothing but just planting it through points and cover.
Yeah, good chase to get that ball in for two. Mona Lisa Legodi and Simone Lourens, both athletes at school. They participate in their school and regional athletic programs. In running, I know Mona Lisa Legodi runs a couple of the sprint and longer distance races. And Simone Lourens is a javelin thrower. So both athletic young individuals.
Gandhi Jafta bringing herself back into the attack, which is a smart choice from her being the skipper herself. I mean, look at the figures on the screen. She bowled exceptionally well in the first 10. And I think the Titans are looking for a break here, looking for a wicket, because these two are coming along nicely. Oh, and started a beautiful ball. Lions are pushing for one. Will they make it? Oh, if it was a direct hit, I think she would have been out. I think Jenna Libb, no? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jenna Libb's bat just getting in the way of the throw. Nothing you can do about that as a fielder. It's unfortunate. It's there for a reason.
Yeah, I almost had flashbacks of the game between New Zealand and England, the men's game, where bat was thrown out and they took a couple of runs after the ball came off the bat on the overthrow.
Great bowling from Gandhi Jafta. Yeah, Jenna just touching it down to point. She's a very clever bowler, Gandhi Jafta, and she gets in the mind. She knows how to change up her lines and lengths, and that's why she's so successful. Oh, unfortunately the field also overran that one a bit. Jenna Libb just picking up the line and length. I think Gandhi Jafta bowled an exceptional wild ball. I think the fielder was placed there for a reason, to catch the ball, but the fielder just overrunning it a bit, and unfortunately one bounce 4.
Yeah, we've had a few catches put down out in the deep and only 3 taken in this tournament. Sibukukle Masilela took one this morning. Mwatile took one out at Cow Corner as well, and then Jenna Libb is in the first game of the tournament.
That was a great ball from Gandhi Jafta. That missed everything. That was just between the bat and the stumps, and I think Gandhi Jafta has her hands on her head saying, how did that miss? And the keeper also, she made ground to get that, but it's just unfortunate for Gandhi Jafta. That's just missing the stumps by centimetres. Oh, great ball from Gandhi Jafta. The lines and lengths are perfect. The lines are pushing for one. They will make it safely. Good running from the lines, ladies.
Yeah, Jenny Libber really didn't take off quickly after she hit that shot. She kind of pushed it into the covers. And they were on the back foot a little bit before they decided to take that single, and she just communicated quite loudly with her partner Swanepoel to go through for the single.
Flights it up nicely and just blocked down to third man for a one. Will they come back for the two? Lani Swanepoel looking, and no. Turned back by her teammate Jenna Libber. It's a great over from Gandhi Jafta. I think that four was a bit unfortunate. I think that the fielder at least not taking the catch, but maybe stopped the four. I think Gandhi Jafta might be a bit disappointed in the team, but she's a good captain, and I think Titans still are on top of the game as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Gandhi Jafta having to take on responsibility as the only off-spinner in the team because Paulina Mashishi is sitting out on the bench in this final game of the Global Cricket Tournament. Gandhi Jafta really did well up front. She got 3 wickets for 13 runs. And she really bowled so nicely in her spell of 4 overs. Tiani van der Heevel to come into the attack for the Titans from the golf course end.
She bowled in the first game also. She bowled quite well. Let a few down the legs, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, actually down the offside. But I think she's changed ends this game. I think last game she bowled from the clubhouse end.
She did, yes. Having a look at her figures.
Lani Swanepoel to face her. Oh, that was a good ball. Lions running for the single and
You saw that javelin arm from Simone Lawrence at point. Really rocketed at the non-strikers end stumps, but missed completely. And so did the fielder backing up, Lesedi Medisha. Robin still had to back up all the way from the boundary at long on. She really gave it a good throw.
it's a great ball from Tiani van der Heevel.
Yeah, I'm liking this line and length that she's bowling. She's really squeezing the batters in. This morning's game, she bowled 2 overs for 1 wicket. She went for 20 runs, so she was a little bit expensive. But she really has controlled her line and length nicely so far.
Lani Swanepoel just tried to play one through the off, but unfortunately coming off the bottom of the bat and looking like she's swinging across the line. Like you said, Jenna, this is a great line and length from Tiani van der Heevel. A lot of the Titans ladies we see, they do try and squeeze the batsman up, and it has worked for them. Oh, what a ball. Straight through the middle. I think Lani Swanepoel's head went up extremely early there, and it's just right through the baton pad, and it's the commercial type of wicket you want as a bowler.
Yeah, it was set up beautifully at Tiani van der Heevel. 3 balls on that off-stump line. Off-stump. And then as soon as it was on middle stump, the eyes of Lani Swanepoel lit up and she looked to play it across the line and missed completely, lifted the head. And it was just unfortunate that we'll see the end of her. But a good ball and a really well-constructed over so far from Tiani van der Heevel.
Yeah, I think for a youngster to get a wicket early on, there's nothing you can want.
Yeah, into the crease, Tokoloko Matsepe for the DP World Lions team. So it'll only be the second time that she's coming to the middle for the DP World Lions team. She batted in the first game against Eastern Storm. Just pulling up her figures. She is more of a bowling all-rounder, but she really did impress me with the bat on the first day. She scored 9 of 23. She hung around, and even though those numbers don't really sound as good as I am, or I do believe that she has the potential to be.
Oh, that one straying extremely far outside the wide line. Third man having to do a shift out here. The ball's quite quick in the outfield. Yeah, I think Tiani van der Heevel just getting a great ball and then to just overcompensate maybe a little bit. But at least Togologo Motsepe is off strike, so take it as a positive.
Square leg, cow corner and long on out on the boundary, as well as third man.
Cracking shot from Jenna Libber. I think Does it make it? Oh, great fielding from the third man player.
Yeah, make a lie.
Big on from Simone
Mwatile.
Lawrence. Oh, they're in the stumping. Oh, no, I think she's safe. The Lions are going for a third. I don't think Jenna.
A lot of shouting from the sideline, and that was an interesting sequence of events. They ended up with only 3 runs. Absolute chaos as it was slashed out through the backward point region. Beautiful fielding by Mekalai Mwatile on the boundary. She popped it up to Simone Lawrence, who had a big throw into the keeper, who collected it and threw it underarm at the stumps, broke the stumps. But Jenna Ntokoloko Matsepe was well in her crease, and they then tried to go for the third after the overthrow from the keeper and ended up not taking it at all. So quite an interesting play.
Great ball from Tana van der Heevel. Ntokoloko just playing it straight down to cover. No, I'm so glad Jenna is right next to me because there was so much happening. I don't even think I watched half of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they find out that we play cricket and we talk about cricket for a living, they're like, oh, that must be so boring. And they often think that cricket as a 5-day game, or what non-cricket players only know as a 5-day game, can take long and be rather boring if you don't understand what's going on. But then you have moments like that are so chaotic, and we can kind of back up why we do this.
There was one in the match earlier on today with the Eastern Storm and the Titans, something very similar. But, yeah, no, Jenna, she really does make a good point. Cricket, it's a game that's constantly ticking and there's so much constantly happening. But I think you have to understand it to enjoy it.
Yeah, and well-played cricket can be compared to a chess match.
Kaylee Tapp coming in to finish her final over. Jenna Libba facing the first ball and just blocked down 2 points. It's like, Kaylee Tapp, there's nothing you can do with her. She's just been on fire today. I think 1 for 26 after 3 overs. More than a run, a ball and over, but she's just, when you look back at it, I think her figures don't do her justice. She's bowled exceptionally well today. She's such a clever bowler. They still have the gully in play. I would like them to put the gully in Super because she is bowling quite a straight line. But I think she's clever enough to figure it out for herself.
Edged and gone. Another catch behind the wickets by Karine Ichimvura. And Kaylee Tapp will be ecstatic with that. Her second for the day and almost identical to the fall of wicket of Faye Cowling. And that'll be the end of Jenna Libba. She had a really nice little innings there. Her 23 off 22 was, of 24, was a valuable one for her team.
Jenna Libba just trying to pull that one across over Kyle Corner's head, but unfortunately just missing the ball completely. And I think there's something so spectacular to watch a bowler get a nick. I think, and we can hear it from the commentary box. My hands went in the air, waiting for the umpire to stick, and it was just it's a fabulous cricket all round. I think Kaylee Tapp would be very proud of herself.
Yeah, it kind of bounced up and maybe shocked Jenna Libba slightly as she tried to pull it across the line. It was well outside the off stump. So questionable whether she should have gone on the pull shot or not, but unexpected bounce cramped her up a little bit, I think. Victoria Hamanyula, this is the first time we're seeing her out at the crease with the bat.
Oh, great ball from Kaylee Tapp. She just, like we spoke about it before, the Titans ladies, they just want to put more pressure on the batsmen and just square them up in the crease a little bit. And she is such a tall player, and she does bring it back at the length and tries to scare you and intimidate you in the crease. And as a new batsman coming in, 0 of 0 to face Kaylee Tapp, I wouldn't want to be that batsman.
Yeah, definitely not. And someone who's not as experienced as the others with the bat. Victoria Hamanyula considered more of a bowler than she is a batter. She takes care of that nicely though, doesn't she, as she plays it back straight past the bowler and gets herself off strike.
That was a cracker shot to just pick up the line and lengthen it over the bowler's head, and Kaylee Tapp's been on fire, and then to get it over her head, she might be a bit upset about that one, but it was a cracking shot from Victoria Hamanyula. And Ntokoloko Matsepe, she has not made a single run and she's yet to face Kaylee Tapp. It's an interesting matchup here, both pace bowlers.
Fast bowler to fast bowler.
Kaylee Tapp just trying a bit down the leg side there.
Yeah, and this is unusual for Kaylee Tapp, as it is her fourth extra, the fourth wide that she will have to re-bowl. Maybe just trying to do too many things. We did speak about fatigue perhaps being a main factor of the wayward deliveries that we haven't seen from her in the past.
It's the same line in length over and over and again, and I think the Gauteng batsmen are struggling to try and pick a shot to play off that. What shot do you think would personally work off that?
Yeah, for sure. I think the right shot was played there by Tsokoloko Matsepe. Just leaning back onto the back foot and punch into the covers. There is time enough, because it is short enough, to place it in the gap between cover and point, as there is a sweeper out on the cover boundary.
Kaylee Tapp, last ball of her spell, and fortunately it is a wide for Kaylee Tapp. I think Jenna did mention it, the fatigue. I think she's getting a bit tired. She's done well considering. I think she's just a bit sad about the free run she's given away. I know Kaylee Tapp, I sure react to that, but I think the 2 wickets she's got have been 2 key wickets.
Yeah, take the 2 wides out of this over, and it
It's a
actually turns out
stunning
to be
over.
a stunning one. Yeah, exactly, Emma.
I think she's a bit disappointed in herself, and I think the captain needs to rely on your senior boat, and she's just pushing it a bit too wide. I think her arm's coming around too much. She has a bit of a sling. Maybe she should just take a step in. Kind of runs at an angle.
Being the senior bowler, the senior seam pace bowler in this team, she gives a lot of guidance and support to the youngsters. And you have to wonder who gives her the guidance and support when she is the person at the top of the mark.
Oh, that's so much better ball. Straight to point, chance for run out, and the Lions make it back safely. Oh, that's unfortunate for the Titans ladies. The throw did not unfortunately end up in the keeper's hands. Tiani van Heelwil standing at point.
Yeah, it was a decent throw into the keeper, but just bounced too close for Akari Nechimura to collect on that occasion. But luckily the overthrows did not allow any runs to take place. 111 for 7. So that is on Nelson for the Lions. Tiani van der Heevel to continue. 3 overs left in this game. And depending on who you're supporting, should your feet be up or down? Ken, we actually need to look up at him and ask him what he thinks. Are feet up or feet down?
I've got one up and one down.
One up and one down. That's a brilliant answer.
Tiani van Heelwil starting her started unfortunately in a negative way, just straying extremely far down the leg side, and I think Tsokoloko Matsepe might be a bit disappointed in that one. I think she could have attempted the sweep shot there. We do have a square leg out. Maybe a smart choice from her, rather take the wide.
Yeah, square leg, cow corner, long on, and third man out on the fence.
Great ball from Tiani van Heelwil, just nipping away a little bit. Me and Jenna both did the same hand action. I think that's typical cricket player thing to do, is you just move the hand in the air. But it was a great ball, and it was greatly defended by Tsokoloko Matsepe, straight to points, and Simone Lawrence is not letting that go past her.
Yeah, she did really good work to attack that ball and get it in on the underarm. Akari Nishimura just, I think, standing a little bit too far away from the stumps to collect and break the wickets.
That was a gun ball. I think the Barnes just beating Victoria there at the crease. That one did skid through a lot more than I think she expected. And that bit of a nip away, it is quite dangerous as a batsman to see the ball swinging in the 17th over. Oh, up in the air. He's in and under it. I think it might land safely. It's unfortunate for the Titans ladies. The Lions are pushing for 2. Will they make it? Safely. Tsokoloko Matsepe. She put the runners on and she made it in quite safely. No side of the bat though. I know she was safe, but no sliding of the bat.
Yeah, Victoria Hamoniela just throwing hands out at that full wide delivery and chipping it over the head of Gandhi Jafta. Had extra cover.
Oh. I think another nick Might be coming here. The Lions ladies are quite swinging at everything they see, which isn't maybe a bad thing in the 17th over, but it is a risky thing. We've seen 2 wickets fall by doing that already. And Tiani van Hevel, she is getting a bit of a way swing, so she might be a bit of a lethal bowler in these last few overs. Same ball, same shot. The pressure's on for the Lions ladies, and I think the Titans are just patiently waiting on the field for that faint sign to come. I think it is the right shot, but I think the head and the hands they're not lining up correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to overhit it, just having a massive swing, but not really committing any foot movement or body weight into the ball at all.
It's a good ball from Tani van Hevel. Still for a dot. The Titans ladies are on top of this game as we speak. That over went for 4 runs.
A really nice comeback over there from Tiani van Hevel after her first went for 7. And she has those 2 wickets for 11 after 2. I would like to see her bowling the 20th over. Should give her a chance to bowl at the death as that last over, especially if Hamunyele is on strike for that last over of the innings.
Yeah, for sure, Jenna. I think she's bowling exceptionally well. I'd like to see the Titans ladies just put a bit more pressure on the field and put a slip in. It's the last game of the tournament, let's go out of the bag, let's put a slip in, see what we can create. Our wicket taker for the game, Kaylee Tapp, well, not Kaylee Tapp, it was actually Gandhi Jafta, but Kaylee Tapp, we could see how she did with the keeper behind the stumps, and I think a slip, you just push the ball a bit wider and see what you can get. From Annalisa Mlachedi, maybe not that wide. She pushed that one extremely far outside off. And third man. Do they have a third man, Jenna? There's no third man on the field, so that's quite a risky ball for Annalisa Mlachedi. Oh, much better ball and great cricket shot. Straight down to long on. And the Lions make it for 1. Great cricket shot from Togologo Matsepe. It's beautiful on drive down the ground to long on. Nothing more you can want. I think the Lions have done well. Yeah, they're keeping the clock ticking as much as they can.
And I think the Titans would prefer having Victoria Hamunyela on strike rather than Matsepe at the moment, as she is dotting down a few more than her colleague.
Oh, what a ball! That was a gun ball. Hamunyela, just same thing. It's the same thing we've seen all day. Their head is just going way too far up, and the Annalisa Mlachedi just putting it right in the right place, hitting top of middle stump. And I think as a bowler, it's just so beautiful to see the batsman's head go up and you in line with the stumps.
Yeah, Mlachedi slowing the pace of that delivery down slightly and forcing the Lions player to play through the shot really before it had even gotten to her. So an excellent piece of bowling, a mature piece of bowling by Annalisa Mlachedi. Just a slower pace delivery right at that middle stump and executed perfectly.
It's a great line and length from her. It's the standard stock ball, really, is it? I think that's when you start playing cricket, that's what the coaches always tell you: top of middle stump, top of off stump, and she did exactly that.
Into the attack for the Lions, Tuto Tibedi.
Oh, great ball. That one just swung it slightly in the air, and it was just an even better ball than the first ball. Just hitting. It was full, it swung, batsman was going nowhere, playing across the line. It's just something the Titans have been on top of the game, and that is potentially why they are on top of the leaderboard at the moment.
An excellent delivery there by Annalisa Mlachedi as she jumps to equal wickets, number of wickets as Gandhi Jafta. Just check that fact is correct.
Oh, beautiful ball.
A wonderful piece of death bowling, kind of saying to herself, if the batter misses, I shall hit. Gandhi Jafta and Annalisa Mlachedi both on 3 wickets before this innings, with Mlachedi now now with 2 to her name. So Gandhi Jafta 1 ahead of her.
It's a battle of the Titans ladies today, is it not? Oh!
Elena Kusudane, the new batter at the crease, just squeezes that Yorker out, and shockingly it misses all 3 wickets.
I think Manalisa Legodio is trying to go for the same ball, maybe just pushing it a bit on the offside. I think if that one was a bit straighter, we might have seen another walk back to the thing, because that was a gun Yorker from Legodio, but just a bit on the offside. Well defended by the Japanese international. Oh, shot. It's airborne and deep square, unfortunately won't make it there. 2 bouncers into deep square's hands, and they the Lions make it back for 2. Good running, but it was airborne for quite a while.
That was quite a decent throw by Christelle van der Schyff out on the square leg boundary, considering that she threw with where she was on her knees, and it still got into the keeper with only 1 bounce.
Imagine when she's standing up, she might throw through that tree there. Last ball for Manalisa Claudia, and is there a chance for a run out for the Titans? That is no. Mutsepe sends the Japanese international back, and it was a great over from Legodio. It was a great spell from her. 2 for 20 after 3.
Yeah, really good piece of bowling, but also really responsible and mature batting by Tsukologo Matsepe out in the middle. She knows that she needs to be on strike for the next over. She had to get the 1 off the last ball there, as her colleague Elena Kusudane, who I don't believe is incapable with the bats. I'm sure she can hold her own, but I think preferable to have the all-rounder facing majority of the balls rather than the bowler.
It's a good ball from Tani van Hevel to just start the death over like that. I think the Titans are going to try and look to squeeze, because the Lions started off not as good as we thought, but they really have brought it back, and I think the Titans ladies might actually be a bit disappointed with how they've come back. And it's in the air. Miron is under. Taken.
Yeah, good piece of fielding there by Christelle van der Schyff, diving forward and getting the hands underneath it. And that's the end of the innings for the DP World Lions, who managed to go at a runner ball, 120 all out in the last over of the game, and a really good performance by the Titans. I think the Lions did well to make the target that they did after the collapse at the top of the order. Gandhi Jafta being the slayer of the batters in this innings. She bowled really well, and also to mention Tiani van der Hevel coming out there at the end and collecting 2 wickets. Yeah, this is the first team to be bowled out so far this tournament, in the Global Cricket Tournament sponsored by John Deere Financial, and a really good show of cricket there by the Titans. We've wanted them to come out strong. We've been hoping that they would win the toss and bat first. Unfortunately, Robin Saul lost the toss this morning and was put into field against against Easterns, and Gandhi Jafta lost the toss for this game as well. So we haven't been able to see this all-star team go in and bat out a full 20 over. But they had the opportunity to bowl first and to take 10 wickets, which they absolutely did. High fives all around in the camp for the Sky Blues, but there is still a job to be done. Cricket has 2 innings for a reason, and the batters will have to come to the party. It will be interesting to see how the Titans go about setting up their batting order, but I'm sure that whoever bats will be perfectly capable, and that we are set to have quite a show out here at Irene Country Club. So that'll be it from us for now. Catch us in about 10 minutes. My name is Jenna Searle. Thank you, Emma Fenter and Ken Borland, for joining me this innings. I had a wonderful time, and we will bring you another innings of excellent cricket here at the Global Cricket Tournament.
We are always thinking of new ways to make our systems smarter, easier, and faster. And while we drive innovation, we still believe in the value of face-to-face. Meeting you around your table. Getting to know your business, challenges, and ambitions. And finding personalized solutions. John Deere Financial, provides personalized financial solutions so life can leap forward every season.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Global Cricket Tournament. First ball being bowled by Tokoloko Matsepe to the Japanese international Akari Nishimura, opening the batting with her fellow international Mikalai Mwatile from Namibia for the Fidelity Titans. The toss was won by the Central Gauteng Lions team, the DP World Lions, and they elected to bat first, put up a total of 120. As it crashes into the pads, there's a big shout, but a shake of the head by umpire Vanolia Macheke. My name is Jenna Searle and I'm joined by Ken Borland. Ken, who is your money on for this game?
You would have to go on form, the Titans, but they could be tested by this target. The Lions, I think, have batted better and better as the tournament's gone on.
Yeah, short ball and played out to third man expertly by the Japanese player. She really had to lean back to get a lot of bat on that and get it past that slip fielder, generally Libba, fielding at 1.5 slip.
She played that beautifully, swaying, still managed to control it beautifully, got it to ground quickly. Yeah, I think not the tidiest bowling effort by the Titans. I think they'll feel they let a few runs go there.
Yeah, for sure. They had the Lions in a stranglehold up front and then let things slip and slide a little bit. Too many extras for my liking. 18 from that innings, 17 wides, and they'll definitely not be too pleased with those numbers.
Perhaps a bit of fatigue setting in with the bowlers.
Looking to play that third man guy in there is Mwatile, but unable to make a good connection.
So the Lions will feel that they're in with a shot if they can nip out a couple of early wickets. Just over a run of ball needed for the Titans. So first job for the Lions is probably to try and get that required run rate up a bit. What a good delivery that is.
Yeah, that's a brilliant line and length, and we saw both Tiani van der Heevel and Kaylee Tapp being so successful with that line and length. Just top of fourth and fifth stump, and just teasing the outside edge of the batters. And Tokoloko Matsepe took notes when she was out in the middle batting and has replicated that in her first over. So really, really well bowled first over there by the youngster. 1 for no loss after 6 balls.
Yeah, when I went out to look at the pitch this morning before the first game, there were some little patches of green on quite a good length, just on and about the off stump, both ends actually. And one fancies that if you hit those, you could get a bit of decent bounce. And exactly as you've said, Jenna, we saw that Kaylee Tapp in particular, especially when she changed ends to bowl from this end, the Wally van Heerden end, where Liani Swanepoel will bowl from now. I think you and Emma mentioned the slight slope of the ground, and that seems to suit her away swing is a bit better than when she bowled from the other end.
Yeah, for sure. Liani Swanepoel into the attack, the youngster, playing part of the under 16 Lions team at the National Week in December of 2023. So far this tournament, in her 6 overs, she just has that 1 wicket. She's bowling with a slip in place, cover sweeper. Cover is actually in the ring as it swiped across there with a flat bat, but to no success. Third man is out, and so is a long on. So those are the 2 fielders out on the boundary in this power play, with cover and extra cover in the ring. Backward point, mid wicket, and short 45. Swanepoel bowling really nice and straight, and they go for the quick single. Fake howling at mid wicket, just fumbling a little bit and messing the throw up to the bowler's end as both international Titans players come through for an easy single in the end.
Yeah, fake howling rather duffed the throw there. She picked up nicely, fielded well, and then the throw was way over the bowler's head.
Yeah, maybe just standing up or lifting the head up too soon. Yeah, I'm enjoying the pace that Liani Swanepoel is bowling at. However, if contact is made between bat and ball, on that cut shot that both players have shown so far this over. That ball has a good chance of racing all the way over the rope.
It's certainly worth the batter having a go at those. A bit wide outside off stump, but as you say, Swanepoel bowling briskly.
Goes for the quick single on the offside. Swanepoel does the work of her own bowling, but is too slow in the end. To turn and throw back where you started is a difficult task, and I'm really enjoying these drop and run shots that the two batters out in the middle are currently using to rotate the strike.
Yeah, it's good intensity right from the start of the innings. I think Emma Fent has spoken a lot about it, how you don't necessarily have to be getting boundaries all the time. It's the ones in between that make a big difference.
Yeah, beautiful cut shot. There's a bit of miscommunication out in the middle. There's a chance at a run out, but again the Lions are unable to execute with the finish of breaking the stumps. And another risky single there from Akari Nishimura. Perhaps a little bit of a language barrier out in the middle, as Akari's English is not the best, but a simple yes and no is not too difficult to learn between her and the Namibian.
I was just going to say, with a Namibian and a Japanese out in the middle.
Beautiful cricket shot through the covers, and Letabo Bidley gets a hand to it, but that is cracked away to the boundary, and that is why she was successful for Namibia in Botswana before the Under-19 World Cup. She scored a couple of runs opening the batting, leant back onto that back foot and crashed that through the covers for 4, and that was a beautiful cricket shot.
Yeah, classic cut shot by Michaela Mwatile. She's a decent cricketing package, isn't she? A top order batter and bowls left arm wrist spin. I think a lot of coaches would be happy to have her in their team.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I suppose, not interesting, but a little bit different, that she bowls left-handed and bats right-handed. She would be even more exciting if she was a left-handed batter. Not to say that she isn't at the moment. But those are few and far between in the women's game. Good left-handed batters, with the exception of maybe Lara Goodall, part of the Western Province team and the national Protea team. Tokoloko Matsepe toying with that off stump, and Nishimura just struggling. I think she needs to be looking to go straighter instead of square, especially with the tighter line closing in on off stump.
That was very close to off stump, that for a cross-batted shot.
Yeah, just looking to hit that one through the covers again. Tokoloko Matsepe really on the money so far. She's going for the 1 run in her first over, and yet to concede in her second.
Just on the left-handers, have we seen a left-hander in this tournament? I don't think we have.
We haven't seen one yet, however. Kaylee Tapp does bat left-handed.
Okay.
She's the only one that I know
bowls
of.
right.
Yeah,
So
bowls right.
the old switcheroo again.
Yeah, hit hard out to mid-on, and they look for the single, slides the bat in, and the Lions just not accurate enough to get those direct hits just yet. Nishimura really needing to put the burners on, as Emma would say, and get through quickly to the non-striker's end. They're rotating well at the moment. And I like the introduction there by the young Namibian to look to go across the line, especially because it was a middle and leg stump line. The bounce just not aiding her in getting underneath that to get fully across the ball.
It's been excellent bowling by Motsepe. Just 2 runs off 10 balls she's bowled.
On the up a little bit and coming across Robin Dormal is a direct hit, but a shake of the head by Venolia Macheke. An excellent piece of fielding by the senior player in the Lions team, Robin Dormal. A clean pickup and a very accurate throw. It was hard as well, as the stump was knocked out of the ground. Very dramatic finish.
Yeah, the ball bounced up beautifully for Robin Dormal and a wonderful throw. But umpire Macheke was perfectly positioned to judge that run out.
turning it around off the pads, and deep square leg comes in to collect it. Fellow Japanese international Elena Kasuda just collecting that, and they get through for a 1 to close off the over. 11 without loss after 3, halfway through the power play. And I think with a slowish start from the Titans, Ken, what can you expect to, or what are you hoping to see the total at after this power play?
So considering that they need just a scratch over run and ball to win the match, yeah, I think if they can get to 40, say, round about there, just to give themselves a little bit of breathing space. You don't want to fall behind early in your innings.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to fall behind, but they will have to do a lot of work to get those 29 runs that you're asking of them in the next 3 overs. The bowling change here for the Lions. Elena Kasuda coming into the attack, and she's been really successful. She had to prove herself in this Lions team. She came in very late in the innings in the first game, but has slowly inched her way up. She opened the bowling yesterday for the team in yellow, and she finds herself at first change today.
Yeah, she's bowled very nicely. Nice and accurate. Did a very good job at the death.
Yeah, and it's that slow banana-shaped type of bowling that's really difficult to hit in women's cricket. Without a lot of pace on the ball, you almost have to generate your own pace. And of course, the slower the white ball moves through the air, the more it swings. And so it is a really tricky type of delivery that she bowls. That one just straying down with the slope too far outside the off stump.
Yeah, she's going to have to start it pretty straight with the slope and with her natural away swing.
Yeah, and with the slip in place, she really needs to pull the batters up to the front foot. She's got the length right. She really does. As if I was batting at the moment, I definitely would push forward onto that front foot. It's just the line that she hasn't been able to get right just yet. Lots of cheering and clapping. Good enthusiasm out in the field for the Lions. She gets it right there, and it's played off into the offside. There's a cover sweeper out. Letabo Bidley collecting it and getting it in to her team by a relay throw to get back to the bowler. And the batters get through for a single and rotate the strike for the first time in this over.
Listening in, you may hear some distant rumbling sounds. It's not producer Leo Borner's stomach, I can assure you. He's had a good lunch. There is thunder about, but the weather can't seem to make up its mind really at the moment what it's doing. We've had patches of bright sunshine and heat and humidity, and then it darkens and
Yeah, really exciting ball there from Kusuda Nair, and it's just kind of squeezed out and somehow doesn't get anything too dramatic on it. There is an extra fielder in the ring on the offside. There's still a cover sweeper out, but cover point and extra cover still in the ring. Hit hard over the top. Robin Dormal under the ball, but that goes all the way. And Mwatsile, Mekalai Mwatsile gets under the ball really well and strikes it mightily, and it sails over the rope for 6.
that was a good hit. Robin Dormal is quite tall, and she was leaping, and it still cleared her fairly comfortably.
Yeah, it was a full toss by the Japanese bowler, the young Japanese bowler, and she's quite a mature soul. She is only 20 years old, but chatting to her you would think she's older. She's still young and has a lot to learn as she goes about her career. Full toss again and across the line. This time one bounce to Robin Dormal out at long on. And the 6 on the previous ball was the 9th of this global cricket tournament. And the first by Mwatsile. We've had the leading 6 hitter, Simone Lawrence, with 3 in the previous game this morning against Eastern Storm. Airborne and caught Samantha Swanepoel at extra cover, and that'll be the end of the Japanese player Akari Nishimura, and she batted really nicely for her couple that she got. A little bit shaky up front. she's quite a short player, was unable to get onto the front foot to the deliveries that she faced. And that'll be the end of her 6 of 12, strike rates of 50. And that'll bring in the player that we were just talking about, Simone Lawrence. She had a wonderful innings this morning. She scored a couple for her team, took them all the way through. She was not out in the end. Of course, the Titans only lost the 1 wicket in their victory over Eastern Storm, as Simone Lawrence moved up the runs scorer log, and she comes into 3rd place and collected herself 66 of 34 this morning, and she'll be needed to strike the ball really nice and hard with some good intent to lift up the run rates here for her team.
Yeah, together with Neo Malefe yesterday, those have probably been the 2 best innings of the tournament, and we certainly saw a lot more sixes today than we've seen on the other 2 days. Shinura just stuck in the crease a bit there and chipping it up straight to cover. A bit of a soft ending for her.
Yeah, it was slightly unfortunate, but a simple catch in the end at extra cover. Liani Swanepoel changing ends after she bowled her first over from the Wally van Heerden end. Her first over went for 7 runs. The wonderful cut shot by Mwatsile through the covers, which brought about the boundary in that over. And she is the player on strike. The umpire's out in the middle just having a chat, perhaps about the Lightning.
Yeah, I can't imagine it being about anything else. Perhaps checking that the golf club siren is operational. That is apparently what they use here at Irene Country Club to warn of impending lightning. And we've been hearing thunder for a while, and there are clouds all around us, and I think they might be coming off.
Yeah, I have opened up my Lightning alarm app. I'm sure they use a more sophisticated system here at the golf course, but my app says 25 kilometers away. So perhaps they are talking about something else. They are not talking to either one of the Titans batters, only the captain, Jenny Libba. Jenna Libba just calling on some assistance from the coaching staff. Okay, we just got some news from the Pitch Vision scorer, Zadian. Thank you for that information. He said that apparently Simone Lawrence on the team sheet was listed as the 12th or 13th player, and that she shouldn't be out batting. She did field the whole of the first innings, and we thought that both Paulina Mashishi and Amogelang Mapangula were sitting out on the bench. So they'll just have a look and see what's going on here.
Yeah, a bit of a clerical mix-up, if you like. Match referee Lauren Achenbach will probably need to get involved here. I'm sure we'd all like to see Simone Lawrence bat again. As you say, she did field for the whole innings.
Yeah, Jenny Libba just about to walk onto screen now, just consulting with one of her senior members, the keeper Rezina Manak. Jenny Libba is a youngster. She captains the under-16 Lions team, so maybe getting a little bit of guidance from a senior player on how to go about talking to the umpires.
And Robin Searle is coming onto the field as well.
Yeah, a lot of chat going on between the two teams, but there are smiles on faces. So I don't think anyone holds too much against anyone here. The Yukske derby does tend to be quite an exciting one, where players get enthusiastic about the way that they go about their game, and sometimes emotions can run quite high, but I'm glad that everyone is trying to solve this problem with high spirits, I guess.
It does kind of raise the question, though, you know, if Lawrence fielded the whole 20 overs, should the umpires not have asked Why is the 12th woman on? Who's injured? Why, you need to keep track of the time people spend off the field, because they're not allowed to bowl, for instance, straight after they come back onto the field.
Yeah, they have seemed to reset the field, and Simone Lawrence is still standing at the non-strikers end. So I'm assuming it's been resolved, and maybe a penmanship error on the team sheet from Coach Byron Fraser. Men and pens sometimes don't go too well together. Matwile on the big swing there, full outside the off stump. Liani Swanepoel just tempting her to have a big hit over extra cover.
Janice Earl, I'll have you know that I consider myself a bit of a pen aficionado. Love myself a good pen. Very fond of stationery in general, actually, funnily enough. Not as quite as passionate about stationery as cricket, but yeah.
That beats everything through bat pad and past the leg stump. And Rosina Manak just sticking a foot out at that to prevent it from going for bars. Good reactions at the end. She's shaking her leg off because that definitely missed the pad and struck the inside of the calf.
It swung like that from Swanepoel. A very useful delivery.
Yeah, just low bounce there from Swanepoel. And he's just tricking the Namibian batter. I'm happy for you that you enjoy stationery so much. It's quite an interesting second passion.
Not sure it's my second passion, but yeah. Top 10 maybe.
10. I quite enjoy food. I'm a foodie.
Don't we all?
Yes, don't we all. I also enjoy deliveries like that. Liani Swanepoel just hitting that top of 4th, 5th stump line and executing perfectly.
She's certainly got something, Liani Swanepoel. She's tall and athletic. She's bowling at a brisk pace. I imagine she's going to get quicker as she gets older and stronger. Good control as well.
Beautiful drive into the covers, but well stopped by Samantha Swanepoel at extra cover. She's going into that technically correct long barrier position, putting her body behind the ball. In the second 10 overs, when I was on commentary in the previous innings, I said that some people find cricket boring, and I got a message from Faye Tunnicliffe from Western Province saying that anybody who thinks that cricket is boring is on the wrong side of the planet, as we see some excitement here. Mwatile just guiding that to the right, to the left of point. They go through for a single. So thank you for listening in, Faye Tunnicliffe. Your support is greatly appreciated.
Wonderful to have a Protea listening in on the cricket, and no doubt keeping an eye on future opposition that she might come up against.
Yeah, we just have a shot of the sun coming through the dark clouds out here in Pretoria, Irene Country Club. What a wonderful venue. But the weather hasn't been too friendly to us out here the last couple of days. It is holding itself together for now, and we can only hope that it continues to do so. Elena Kusudanen to continue, first over 1 for 10. So she got the wicket of her fellow international player. She starts off similarly, but played out on the floor, and they come through for an easy single in the end. Simone Lawrence sprinting through, sliding the bat in, and a good sneaky single. 23 for 1 in the 6th. Just one ball been bowled.
I'm pretty sure Kusuda Nairn will be absolutely delighted to get the wicket of her compatriot. They're close, the 3 Japanese girls, but it's always nice getting your good friend out.
Yeah, and that'll be why she'll need to re-bowl that. She does say that when they play together back home, their team has nicknamed them Tom and Jerry. And Elena is Tom and Akari is Jerry, and she bullies Akari a little bit, but in a friendly way from the sounds of things. Beautiful cover drive by Simone Lawrence, and that beats the fielders at extra cover and mid-off. She really didn't look like she overhit that at all, just timed to perfection. Simone Lawrence just continuing her innings from this morning.
She really is blessed with the ability to strike the ball very sweetly, with minimum effort, really.
Yeah, perhaps a dive from the Lions fielders in the inner ring would have prevented the chase. Just getting a hand to the ball would have saved a couple, I think. Just too full and too wide from Kusuda Nairn. Yeah, she overcorrects, goes too straight and too full, and it's whipped off the pads by Simone Lawrence. That's 4 more for her as the score goes up to 32 for 1.
Now, Eleanor Kuseda Nairn has got an important job in the development of Japanese cricket. Jenna, you know more of the details about that?
Yeah, a little bit about it. She's in charge of youth development in Japan cricket. And she grew up in Australia for most of her life, obviously visiting grandparents in Japan. She understands the language. And cuts away nicely into the covers, but straight to the fielder, Samantha Swanepoel. And she's recently been employed and has been living in Japan for the last 6 months. She's played in the East Asia Cup and 2 more tournaments that Japan have travelled for and hosted, and she's done quite well for the national team. Struck away with a crossbat, misfielded at mid-wicket, but backed up nicely by Long On, who recovers it for 1.
Awkward bounce on the edge of the square there. We'll give Faye Cowling the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, she has been struggling with a little bit of a back injury, the young Faye Cowling, and perhaps having a little nap on the field. Hit hard by Matile. The ball is up. Robin Dormal is under it, and she takes a spectacular catch in the end. She had to cover a lot of ground and just reaching out to the right with 2 hands. I'm glad she went with 2 hands, because I think some players are often tempted just to stick the right mitt out. But a beautiful catch. She's a very athletic player, and a wonderful piece of work in the end.
She made that look so easy, did Robin Dormal. First she had to get there, and then it was like she was just accepting a little lob throw from a couple of meters away.
Yeah, she made it look really easy in the end, and I assure everyone that it was not. I think it was caught on camera. We saw a replay of it, but that's the departure of Mekalai Mwatile. 15 runs with 18 balls. She was quite impressive. Tiani van der Heevel batting at number 4 for the Fidelity Titans.
Yeah, Mekalai Mwatile started very well, hit a 4 and a 6, then just denied the strike a little bit, and kind of went off the boil a bit. And now, unfortunate to get out to a well-struck shot, but I think batters will learn that you've got to hit it far away from Robin Dormal when she's patrolling the fence.
Yeah, for sure. And that wicket brought up the end of the power play. That's 6 overs done, 33 for 2, 7 short of where Mr. Ken Borland hoped they would have been. But I'm sure with the long batting lineup that the Titans have, they are more than capable of catching up, as long as they play smart cricket. Into the attack for the Lions is the Namibian international Victoria Hamunyela. She has deep backward square, cow corner, long off and cover sweeper with a short third man in play, and she's bowling to the youngster Simone Lawrence. She bowls a bit of off spin as it turns into the pads, but clipped off, and Faye Cowling collecting it at cow corner. 1 bounce into the keeper.
The Lions will feel that they're in with a sniff here. They've got a couple of wickets in the power play, which is good. They've kept the run rate down to just over, less than a run a ball. So if they could just keep chipping away, and obviously the wicket of Lawrence would be a really big one for them to get now.
Yeah, and she'll have to re-bowl that one, just overcorrecting the straightness of the previous. That wicket of Simone Lawrence will be vital and will be pounding in the minds of the Lions. Van der Heevel clips this off the pads and goes out to Kusuda Nair with a little bit of a fumble in the deep, but recovers nicely. Her body was behind the ball in a very nice short barrier technical position. out in the deep backward square. They get through for 1. Looking to play through the covers, and Samantha Swanepoel has to put in a little slide to collect that one, and with the player being down on the ground and unable to throw it in, they take the sneaky single off the slight fumble. Just looking to fetch it a little bit too much, and maybe leaving it could have earned themselves a wide and an extra ball, but they end up taking that single. Oh, clipped off the pads. There's a bit of a shout from for LBW as Swanepoel collects it. They're coming back for the second. Lawrence will have to race through, but the throw is bad, and that'll earn them 2 leg byes. Simone Lawrence just padding it away. Definitely down leg, seeing as it rolled out to the fine leg region. Hamuniela just letting it too short and wide outside the off stump. They're turning for 2, and they've chosen to take it. Fumble in the field. That's lazy from the Lions, but excellent running from the 2 youngsters at the crease. They come through for 2 and close off the 7th over. 42 for 2, 9 runs from that over.
Yeah, lifts them up to run a ball now. You can just see Simone Lawrence is bringing a bit of intensity, injecting a bit of urgency about the innings. It's a moderate target, so important though that one doesn't just kind of drift in your innings and then suddenly find yourself needing 7-8 and over at the end. Always just want to keep a little bit ahead of that required run rate, and helped by a bit of sloppy fielding there by the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions do need to pick up their energy in the field a bit if they want to have any chance in this game. Good fielding creates pressure. Tuto Tibedi, the young leg spinner from the Lions, into the attack from the Wally van Heerden end. She has similar field to the spinning partner, and it's played off the legs to square leg. Tiani van Heerden picks herself up a single. Cover sweeper long on cow corner and deep backwards square in play. Jenna Lilaba sprinting to swap with one of her teammates out on the cover sweeper boundary. She is the captain of this Lions team in today's game. Dropped short and hit hard to square leg, but Liani Swanepoel collects it and gets it in from the boundary. We've seen a couple of really good arms from the boundary.
I wonder if Liba's not just having a word with Neo Malefe was down there on the boundary. Liba swapping with Crusade and Nan, and then just having a little chat to 2 of her non-playing teammates.
Yeah, message from the side potentially, as there's a big swipe at that, but it's very wide, and the umpire just stretches out his arms.
DLS score maybe, as the wind just picks up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely could be. Oh, across the line, and snookers it a little bit as it just bounces off the bat of Van Heerden.
Yeah, Fidelity Titans are probably marginally ahead of the required run rate, but those 2 wickets always hurt you a lot when it comes to the DLS calculations.
Yeah, it definitely does. Hits hard across the line and through the legs of a player we have complimented quite a lot in the field. Robin Dormal just completely fumbling that, and it rolls over the boundary rope. Having a look at the replay, it's hit hard across the line by Van Heerden. She really heaves at it. There was a hand by Faye Tunnicliffe. Not by Faye Tunnicliffe, by Faye Cowling. She's in my mind now. And then through the legs of Robin Dormal.
And Bowler Tibedi understandably had the teapot out.
Oh, varied bounce there for Tibedi as it really stayed low off the wicket. Hit hard. Tibedi gets a hand, but it does roll out. Well fielded by Tsukoloko Matsepe, who came across from mid-off to collect it. They get through for one, which closes off the over and brings up the 50 for the Fidelity Titans after 8 overs. Of course, still 72 runs to get in their 12 overs, with Simone Lawrence on 14 of 9 and Tiani van der Heevel 8 of 7.
Slowest 50, I think, for the Titans in the competition, but they are right on target.
Maybe slow, but definitely measured. There's the 2 at the crease in particular, not taking too many risks, even though the intensity is up.
I'm sure Simone Lawrence will go on to all-out attack mode fairly soon.
Down the leg side, and it's called as a wide. Hamuniela struggling to keep her line consistent. She is protected on the leg side. Deep backward square, cow corner. Mid-wicket's in the ring in the form of the skipper as well as long on. It's hard across the line, but straight to Jenny Libba, who does a very quick piece of fielding. The bounce was kind to her, bounced straight into the hands and got it through to the keeper. Goes on the sweep, crashes into the pad, but definitely down leg. Tiani van der Heever doing well to get the pad outside the line of the leg stump. I would like to see her trying to get across off stump a little bit more so she can access the region behind square. Hamuniela throws it outside the off stump. They go for the quick single in the hands of Samantha Swanepoel, but safely home. The athleticness of
yes.
Simone Lawrence allows her to come through easily. Athleticism.
There we have it.
That's the one. Oh, well bowled there. In the block hole of Simone Lawrence, and it runs out. Liani Swanepoel on chase, and she collects it nicely. Good throw from the boundary, but Simone Lawrence too quick and comes through for the double. 2 balls left in the over, 54 for 2.
Lawrence just getting a little scratch on that one, perhaps fortunately, although she could have been yorked.
Yeah, it was well bowled by the Namibian international. Goes on the sweep, and that's fine of square leg. 1 bounce over the boundary, and Elena Kusuda-Nairn had no chance there, just out of reach for her. And Simone Lawrence expanding, as you said, dropping down onto that back knee and really pumping the leg side delivery.
Yeah, it was a bit of a gift from Hamuniela, outside leg stump, and she doesn't have a fine leg in place.
Yeah, they are moving Liani Swanepoel into short 45 position to prevent that from happening. We've seen quite reactive captaincy, reactive field placing been happening. Clipped off the legs, and astounded shouts of shots around the ground as Lawrence just clips that out to cow corner for 1. And that's the end of the 9th over, 59 for 2. And just short of halfway on their total.
Yeah, so 63 more runs to get for the Titans.
Yeah, the 2 Titans batters at the crease looking quite calm and collected, not doing anything out of the ordinary, as just short of a runner ball as the required run rate. Tuto Tiberi to continue with the same field that she had for her previous over. Cover sweeper, long on, cow corner, deep square. Trying to play that around the corner, but doesn't get any bat on it. So stretching the arms is the umpire, and she'll need to bowl that one again.
Mid-off is up, and I fancy that Simone Lawrence will fancy maybe going over mid-off with the spin if she gets the right length delivery.
Yeah, I would like to see her do that. She hasn't used her feet too much to the spinners so far this innings. I would like to see her have confidence enough to dance down. She's perfectly capable of doing it. she does just that, dances down, but the placement of it goes out too long on, and Robin Dormal making no mistake on that occasion. Just a little fumble forward, and Simone brilliant running out by the team in blue as they scamper through for the third.
Dormel just losing her footing there, and I think she was worried about falling on the boundary rope, so quickly threw the ball in field, but it resulted in another run for the Titans.
Yeah, hit nicely off the back foot into the space in front of cover sweeper. Picked up in one hand by Jenna Lilaba, another athletic player out here on the field, and they get through for one.
Another very nice cricketing package. Jenna Lilaba, fantastic batter, bowls decent spin, good fielder.
Yeah, and she has the leadership qualities to captain this side. As it smacks into the hand of Tutor Tibedi, and she is visibly not happy about it. That hand will be quite sore as she holds it behind her back. This is the bowling hand. She does need to recover quite quickly, which she does. And it's full and straight and clipped out to the leg side. Collected by Leonie Swanepoel out at deep square. And they come through for the single. Nicely played off the back foot, and that's such a pleasant shot to watch, isn't it? The back foot punch, even better if she had placed it into the gap to get it out to the cover sweeper to get the single, but a nice looking shot. And that's 10 overs done, 65 for 2. We will have a commentary change where Ken Borland will be joining Emma Fenter. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Jenna, for all your stalwart work over these 3 days. So 57 runs needed by the Titans, in these last 10 overs. I wonder, Emma Fenter, if the time hasn't come for them to bring extra fielder into the ring, not have 4 on the boundary. They possibly, the Titans just pushing for ones the whole time, they're going to win easily. Maybe Lions just need to stop them getting singles so easily.
Definitely, Ken. I think that's a great point. They are just allowing the quick singles. We see the Titans did that, but unfortunately the Lions did not put as many boundaries as the Titans did or are currently doing. So I think just them constantly pushing the ball around. They're already on target, and I think the Lions need to bring it back. Maybe bring in square leg and just push it outside off. I think they're bowling too straight from what I've seen the whole game.
Yeah, all just too easy for the Titans at the moment. Need to give them something else to think about as Leonie Swanepoel is into Lawrence. What a lovely clip off her pads, but one bound straight to the fielder at cow corner.
Faye Carling into bowl. Leonie Swanepoel standing at cow corner.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're both tall with long ponytails.
Yeah, it's the first time we're seeing Faye Carling bowl this tournament. She has come off a back injury. Maybe a bit too straight from Faye Carling, long ons out in the deep. Just like you said, Ken, allowing that easy single that the Titans will take willingly.
Yeah, there's no need for them to do anything special from here. Needing less than a run a ball. Square leg now coming up as long off drops back for Lawrence. She is very strong down the ground, so it's understandable. Straight down and into the stumps.
It's a bit of a conversation between the batsman and the bowler. Faye Carling coming down the wicket and telling Simone Lawrence that was a great shot. The middle stump came out the ground. I'm surprised it's not broken in half.
She certainly hit that hard enough. That was a terrific blow by Simone Lawrence. Keeper, she really has struck the ball beautifully today.
Yeah, she's definitely in immense form. We saw from this morning's game, she did a beautiful 68, if I'm not mistaken. 66. It was a stunning innings.
All the way along the ground to long on. Yeah, that 66 was scored at a strike rate of around 200 as well. Fantastic innings. by the wicketkeeper batter.
Oh, what a
bowled
ball
her,
from Faye Carling.
swinging all around it. Tiani Funden here for. I was just going to say that Faye Carling's actually bowling quite nicely here, nice and straight. A good length, and she's got her reward.
First over she's had in the whole tournament, and she did not disappoint. It was a good ball from Faye Carling. Like you said, Tiani van der Hevel just playing around it. Like you said, a little bit of French cricket shot. The bat came around the pad, head's going nowhere.
Yeah, trying to swing it wide of mid-on when she really should have been playing a bit straighter, probably. Cowling comes from quite a big height when she delivers. It's a nice high action. She's naturally tall as well, and that was angled in beautifully into the stump. So Tiani Funden here for bowled by Cowling for 11 of 14 deliveries, and the Titans are now 68 for 3 inside the 11th over. Robin Searle has come to the wicket, the regular Titans captain.
Robin Searle put in a performance for us on the first day and on the second day. We know she has immense talent. She's a 360 player, as Jenna would like to say. She goes about around a ball, but she can definitely hit a long ball. And I think the partnership with Simone Lawrence on the end of the stumps might be something exciting. I think they'll both complement each other pretty well. But from Faye Carling's side, I'd like to see her a bit more aggressive. You know, she is quite a quick bowler. She comes from a lot of height. I'd like to see her maybe throw in a few bounces in that, send square leg out. Just add that protection, because, you know, even if the Lions win, they won't beat the Titans ladies on the log. So just play with a bit of freedom, have a bit of fun out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to just bowl in the same place ball after ball if you have other potential weapons in your armoury. But a tidy enough over from Faye Cowling, and she got the wicket. And the Titans 69 for 3 after 11 overs. Gandhi Jafta captaining the champions of this tournament in this afternoon game.
Sam Swanepoel coming in to bowl her first over of off spin. Jenna said it multiple times this tournament, she's a very slow spinner. She likes to get a bit of flight, and I think she'll do well on this wicket.
Yeah, flight is definitely her major weapon. She has a long off back and a cow corner and a deep square leg, as well as a cover sweeper. So lots of gaps for Robin Searle just to pick off the one maybe and get Simone Lawrence back on strike. There is a long on now.
And they've brought deep square in.
Yeah. Down the wicket, Searle, and she picks out that long on for the easy one.
It's a good shot from Robin Searle, just playing it down on the ground.
Yeah, very confident coming down the wicket straight away to the spinner. Just her second ball for Robin Searle. That's nicely struck. Slog sweep. Deep mid-wicket's got a lot of work to do, but Faye Cowling cannot cut that off. And 4 more to Lawrence.
Beautifully picked up by Simone Lawrence. I think Sam might have dragged this down a bit. No, it's just a bit over pitch. Simone Lawrence picking up the line and length beautifully and just pulling it across. Faye Cowling is a bit deep, and Simone Lawrence did play that in front of square. So easy run pickings for the Titans ladies.
And again, similar shot, switched away around the front leg, but this time it's closer to Cowling at deep mid-wicket and just a single. 32 of 21 now, Simone Lawrence. So closing in on 100 runs for the day. And now a bit short from Swanepoel, but the pool picks out the wide man on.
Great fielding from Matabo Bedley there at mid-wicket. She picked that one up nicely.
Lots of flight on the full, and again hit hard to Bidley.
I think Robin Sill missed out a bit on that one, hitting it straight to the field at mid-wicket. Bit of a full toss.
Again, lots of flight. Searle down the wicket. Has got the straight past the bowler. They're coming back. No, there's no 2 runs there. That would have been a disastrous run.
I don't think Simone Lawrence would have made it back in time.
Well, in fact, Robin Searle might have been the one run out, because she might not have been able to cross by the time the Sonnepool broke the wickets. And Jenna Searle has just informed us that Simone Lawrence is now the leading run scorer in the tournament with 115. She's gone past Neo Malefi. And can Robin Searle still catch her? Don't think so.
I don't think the target's high enough.
So Simone Lawrence has enjoyed a fabulous final day of this competition. Off the given out. Oh my. Robin Searle is not happy with that, and I think the replay will show us why. For my money, she got well outside all stump.
And the hat fell.
And the bowlers. I think the umpires are just consulting. This might be called a dead ball, because the hat fell out of umpire Masheki's belt. No, Searle is trudging off the field rather annoyed. Let's just have a look at that LBW again. Actually, on replay, her one leg is well outside off stump, but she's left the other leg pretty much in line with the stumps.
I think if it's not coming off the bat, it's definitely out.
Yeah.
But I understand why she could be mad. The hat did fall. You could consider that a big distraction. I mean, the bowler's in a run-up, you're already getting into your stance, and then the hat falls.
Difficult to do it. It's a bit like a golfer stopping in their backswing. But perhaps she should have just stopped and pulled out of the shot when the hat hit the ground. But as I say, very difficult to do in the heat of the moment. So 76 for 4. The Titans suddenly, as Cowling is driven to mid on a risky single by Van der Schyf, wanted to get off the mark straight away. Titans need to be a little bit careful here about throwing wickets away.
Yeah, especially hitting the ball to Robin Dormal. She's a quick fielder and she can throw the ball quite far and quite fast. And we've seen plenty of run-outs in this competition. Yeah, I think the Titans ladies don't want to take another run on that arm.
Maybe they could have with the misfield, but yeah, it's risky. Faye Cowling's got 2 for 5 in the 1.5 overs she's bowled, so she's really enjoying a good spell here. Skied up in the air, into the covers. Is someone going to take it? Yes, well taken.
I think the Lions are pulling back, yeah? Tabedi under that at point. She took a great catch, stood still.
That went very high up in the air, sliced off the bat, and a massive wicket for the Lions as Simone Lawrence just lost her shape there a bit. Oh wow, could we have an upset here? Gandhi Jafta, the captain, comes in for the Titans. 5 down. They've still got a fair bit of work to do to chase down this target of 122. So Lawrence out for 32 off 23 balls. She hit 4 fours. And Faye Cowling is bowling the Lions back into this match, her 3rd wicket.
I think Simone Lawrence might be a bit disappointed in herself. Yeah, it was definitely the wrong shot playing across the line. I think she should have gone straight on that one, but she wanted to hit it out the park over Kyle Connor. I think if she connected, it definitely would have worked out for her. But I think she should have kept her wicket because she could have carried this team through to the end.
if I do criticise Simona Lawrence for one thing, I mean, she's a wonderful batter, but she does tend to try and drag, I think, too many deliveries. That one was outside off. She was trying to hit it, through mid-on. She's so good playing straight through the offside, straight down the ground. And it was her undoing there. So, Gandhi Jafta, 77 for 5, 48 needed. Play and a miss.
Can 100% agree with you with the swinging outside, but all credit to the bowler, Faye Carling. She has done well this over, got the LB, got the catch, and just 1 run from it. And
Yeah.
she'll be very pleased with herself considering she hasn't bowled this whole tournament and she's coming off a back injury.
She's doing exceptionally well. She's turned the match around, and a fairly simple method, just keeping it up there, outside off stump, and of course the next ball is a wide down leg.
Sometimes got to add in that bit of commentator's curse.
So 44 runs needed off 43 deliveries for the Titans. So suddenly a bit of a wobble here in the middle order. Oh, again down leg. And yeah, the no
Yeah,
from Cowling.
the right arm's just pushing a bit out.
Pressure on the Titans suddenly. The skipper needing to steer them home with the young Christelle van der Schijf. Cut shot! Oh, just on the bounce. Too short, third man.
I think the fielder standing at third man dove the wrong way. I think she should have gone forward instead of right.
Would have been a hell of a catch had she pulled it off, but Jafta survives. 79 for 5 after 13 overs. So the Titans need 43 runs now off 7 overs. It's getting a bit nip and tuck here on the final afternoon of the John Deere Global Cricket Tournament at Irene Country Club.
Yeah, just over run aboard the Titans ladies need. They haven't found themselves in a position like this all tournament. So I think the pressure's on, but I think the ladies, both teams are doing exceptionally well. The Lions have really shocked me with their bowling performances. I think Faye Carling has pulled their team through in these past 2 overs. But the Titans ladies, they do bat deep, and I think even the number 10 batsman could still carry them through.
Sonapur switching to around the wicket. Oh, it's a drop chance. Jafta, I'm pretty sure, is safe from the run out off the rebound, but a tough caught and bowl chance there for Sonapur.
Would have been an unfortunate way for Jafta to go out. I think we've all gone out like that, and it might be one of the most unpleasant things in cricket.
Definitely the most unpleasant, as heaved away to the leg side from Van der Schijf for a single. Up there with being run out without facing a ball, I guess that's also not one of the nicest experiences to have.
No, definitely cricket's it's a strange game. I sometimes wonder why we all play it.
To torture ourselves, Emma, that's the reason.
To humble ourselves.
We're all masochists. Lots of flight and hit nicely through the covers by Jafta. Surely there's no second run there, no.
Generally Libba with a belt over arm on the boundary there. Strange to have your captain fielding on the boundary, but Jenna's Libba arm, she's like a cannon on the boundary.
Nicely bowled by Sonapur, and good fielding by the Lions. You can see they've got belief. Lots of shouting, lots of encouragement. They've livened up in the field considerably. Oh, that's going to be overpitched. Driven, but again.
I think Christelle van der Schijf just missing out on that one a bit. I think she should have maybe just danced down the wicket and put it over cover's head. She did that one flat and far.
Yeah, Tibeti's doing good work. That extra cover, that's over square leg. Sonapur just dropping a bit short and leg side. Van der Schijf comes back for the second. She'll double her score, and it's 83 for 5 after 14 overs. And we're heading for an exciting finish to this match and to this wonderful tournament, with the Titans needing 39 runs off the last 6 overs, and they are 5 wickets down.
It's definitely going to be a close game. I'm excited. What a way to end the tournament when everyone's sitting on the edge of their knees, biting your nails.
And mercifully, the weather is playing along so far as well. Let's hope we can get these last half dozen overs in. And unsurprisingly, Faye Cowling is going to continue from the golf course in 2 overs, 3 for 7. She's having the same effect on this match as Gandhi Jafta had with the ball for the Titans, albeit Cowling in the middle overs, and Jafta did it in the first couple of overs she bowled. First 3 overs of the match, not a good start to the over.
I think the swing just took her away on that one. It was going down leg initially, but I think the swing just picked it up a lot more and then just made it look extremely out of control.
Jafta looking around the field, assessing her options. There's no one on the boundary behind the wicket, but it's going to be difficult to get Cowling down there with the length she bowls. Right, straight back to the bowler. There's long on, long off in place. A deep extra cover, really, and a deep backward square leg. Great bowling by Cowling. She has really settled generally onto a very nice line and length, just outside off stump.
All credit to Faye Cowling. She is bowling a good line, a good length. She's taken 2 wickets, but I just want to see that bouncer get thrown in there, or maybe just a little bit of a back of a length, try and hit the batsman in the ribs to just put more of the pressure on him, to just intimidate the batsman.
That's a bit of bottom hand coming through. It's going to be a single to long on. Emma, what you've just said actually links to what I just wanted to ask you, was that I was wondering if Cowling, she's not that quick. I'm wondering if a batter might be able to come down the wicket a bit to her, just to throw her off that length a bit. And then, of course, as you say, the short ball will make batters think twice about doing that, as that's a single through the covers.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of cricket banter for a batsman to come, double step you, hit you over your head, and then the next ball you in there with the bouncer. But I think you did mention Faye Cowling. You don't think she's that quick, but she has height on her, and I think coming from an area that high, I think she can be a bit intimidating.
That does
and
make it awkward.
She has a little bit of that in swing. It just follows you in the crease, and it might worry a batsman.
But yes, it would be nice to see her slip in a short one, maybe. Plan a miss by Jafta. Yeah,
the Lions ladies do have a gully in play.
Jafta then practices a much more straight bat shot through the covers, which is probably what she should have done instead of the cross-batted swish.
I understand why the Lions ladies have a gully in play, because throughout this whole tournament we've seen batsmen just place their hands and ride it along the third man region. But Faye Cowling is bowling such straight lines. I think as a first slip would be better used than a gully.
I guess with the bounce she gets, though, gully is always useful for a bowler who gets bounce. So I guess 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You could make an argument for a gully or a slip at the end of another very, very tidy over by Faye Cowling. Just 3 runs off it. And the Titans are 86 for 5 after 15 overs. So another 36 runs needed off 5 overs. So suddenly that rate is up to 7 and over.
Definitely, I think the Lions have done extremely well this game, considering how they started 0 for 2. And then to bring it back and to score 121 and then to bowl like this, I think the Titans are starting to feel the pressure.
Sonnepoel to continue to Van der Schyf. That's a good meaty hit, and she's found the gap between mid-wicket and long on. A very important boundary that, and especially coming at the start of the over.
There's a cracker shot from Christel Van der Schyf. We're just watching the replay back here. Yeah, just Christel Van der Schyf using a crease, stepping back and just pulling it across between Kyle corner and long on.
Sonnepoel has switched back to over the wicket and playing a miss by Van der Schyf.
I think she should have gone on the front foot to that one. Might have been a tad too full.
And a no ball has been called. Is there too many players on the boundary, I wonder? Is that the reason? Yeah. So, yeah, not having the required number of fielders on the boundary.
That shouldn't be a mistake made at this level in cricket.
It happens even at international level sometimes, Emma, in the heat of battle. But yeah, disappointing mistake by the Lions. The free hit is just... Oh, they're coming back for two. Yeah, there's the fumble. Putting the fielder under pressure. Good running by the Titans.
Titans side is definitely putting the field under pressure. We just saw the fumble by Leon. He's trying to pull in the cover. I mean, in the cow corner region.
And now uppishly, it's going to clear long off. What a fabulous blow by Christelle van der Schyf. Well, it's the 10th six of the match, Genesil tells us. I'd heard Christelle van der Schyf could hit the ball hard. That was a wonderful strike.
Christelle van der Schyf just opening up that front foot and planting it right over mid-off. I think that's such a technical shot, and she tries to go again, but unfortunately doesn't get under it this time. Yeah, she's just trying to pick Samantha Swan and pull apart.
Tuto Tabedi has done a lot of very good work there at extra cover. Another fine save by her. But this is turning into an absolutely vital over in the context of the match as the Titans get to 100. Oh, was there a bit of bat on that? Slug sweep, and I think Jafta was saved by a little inside edge there.
It was definitely the right shot from Gandhi Jafta. I think if she connected, it was definitely going at the bounds, but got a bit of bat to it, so she's also fortunate for that. But I think Sam Swanepoel didn't have the greatest over. I think Christelle van der Schyf just picked her apart with the full length balls, and it benefited the Titans in that over.
Yeah, so 14 off the over, and suddenly that required run rate from being 7 to the over has dropped considerably. They now need just 22 runs or 4 overs, so it's now just over 5 to the over. So some great hitting there by Van der Schyf. She's gone to 18 off 12, and she has once again tilted the balance of this match the Titans' way.
I think the game can still go both ways. I think if the Lions have they're like a dry over, maybe an over and a half, but if the Titans have another over like the previous over, I think it's dead set and match from there.
Absolutely, and a good choice, I think, to bring back the pace bowler Swanepoel. If they can nip out the wicket of Van der Schyf, that'll get the Lions back in it on the bounce to point. And Van der Schyf had to come diving back into her crease there. She struck that well. I think she just presumed that it was going to beat the infield.
It's a great day from Tutu Tabedi. She's been fielding exceptionally well today, and the ball just keeps finding her in the field. And some days it goes her day, another day it doesn't. And I think for her it's going her way.
Yeah, she's been very secure. Swanepoel in again to Van der Schyf. Oh yes, good bowling. Good bowling, good channel there, good length.
Just missing that bat from Christelle van der Schyf. Rosina Manak behind the stump. She has her eyes wide open. We've seen a few edges in the previous innings from Kaylee Tapp.
Good hit through the cover point area. Just the one though.
I think the Lions ladies would like to keep Gandhi Jafta on strike more than they would have Christelle van der Schyf, because she just is trying to pick them apart. And Gandhi Jafta, she isn't doing the work for the team, for the Titans ladies, that they would want her to be doing right now.
Yeah, she's just struggling to get going a bit. She's got 2 off 10 deliveries, and I would think for her the important thing just to get the 1 off this ball, get Van der Schyf back on strike. Oh, it's a super delivery by Swanepoel. Bounce and pace, and it followed Jafta, snaked back at her.
That's a type of bowling that I think we all live for, that one that just follows you into the crease. I think Gandhi Jafta didn't really like that one.
Yeah, as a batter, you don't really want to see that too often.
Now when the ball comes near the ribs, you just get a bit of a fright.
Gets the pull shot away, and the square leg is up in the ring, and Jafta gets a crucial boundary. Oh, well, Swanepoel just dropping a fraction bit short there, and Jafta was onto it so quickly.
Leonie Swanepoel just trying to do the same thing she did the previous ball. She saw how Jafta reacted, but Jafta not letting her do it this time and just picking it up nicely and putting it just behind square leg.
I actually think she tried to bowl a bit of a cutter there into the pitch and just dropped it a bit short. Unfortunately so. 105 for 5 now, the Titans. 4 wide Yorker, 2 wide for umpire Macheke's liking.
It was the right idea from Leonie Swanepoel, just pushing it a bit too hard.
Yeah, she's began the over very well with just 1 run of 4 balls. Now 4 and a wide. Important that she finishes well with this delivery. 6 from the over already. This, you feel for the Lions, needs to be a dot. Yeah, it's well bowled. There's a bit of bat, but a bit of inexperience there from Swanepoel. She should have been trying to stop the single rather than appealing, perhaps. I think there was probably a bit of bat. Yeah, it's runs to Jafta, so it hit the bat. And the Titans have dashed through for a single to finish the over. It's 106 for 5 after 17 overs. So 16 runs needed off the last 3 overs. 16 off 18 balls. And it's still nip and tuck here at Irene Country Club. But one fancies the Titans slight favourites, Emma Fenter.
Yeah, for sure. I think that over would have gone the Lions' way if it wasn't for that 4. I think Leonie Swanepoel just dropping it a tad short. Tokologo Matsepe in, I think I rate her as a death bowler. She's a decent little bowler. She's quite quick. And she probably might get some swing in these last few overs. But I think for now the favourites definitely are the Titans. They are the host team. They've played exceptionally well. They've chased down totals in limited overs. So I think they definitely are the favourites.
Motsepe opened the bowling in this innings and bowled very nicely. 2 overs for just 4 runs. She certainly got some swing in that spell. Here she is now to Jafta. Nice drive by Jafta. She's placed it in the gap to the cover sweeper for just 1.
The Lions, they're just making it too easy for the Titans to just allow that single. Then they definitely they need less than a run a ball. So they definitely on par with just allowing those singles.
It's exactly what I was thinking, Emma. I was thinking of bringing that cover sweeper up. If you want to go through, you're going to have to go over. It's slightly over pitched and shoveled down the ground. Long off comes across, and again, just a single.
Yeah, long on standing a bit too wide, I'd say, for Tokologo Matsepe, because she does bowl quite a straight and full line. So I think
long off is very straight though, so as she did there, Faye Cowling perhaps can cover. Chopped away now again through that gap in the covers to the sweeper for 1.
Oh, it's just been a run every ball, hasn't it?
And
just
a bit too easily.
Yeah, making it easier and easier for the Titans ladies.
I think the cover sweeper has to come up. They've got to just try and apply some pressure here, the Lions. So 12 runs needed off 15 deliveries. Nice and full from Matsepe. Just the 1. Nelson for 5. 11 runs needed off 14 deliveries. Matsepe has been a good third over, just 4 singles off it, but really the Lions need dot balls and wickets, and that's going to be a wide.
Oh, that's not what you want in these last few overs. The Titans just needing just under a run a ball and then turn, just give them 3 runs.
Leonie Swanepoel still has an over to bowl, so I fancy she'll bowl from the other end.
I'd like to see
get that wicket.
To see Faye Carling in the death overs.
And here she is racing across to cut that one off. Just a single. Yeah, Faye Cowling has been outstanding. 3 overs, 3 for 10, you would feel that certainly if Sonapur bowls the next over, then Cowling needs to come on after that from that end.
Definitely, and I think Faye Carling is smart enough to think and to bowl proper balls and to just change the lines and the links up slightly to just give some trouble to the Titans ladies.
Struck on the feet, but going down the leg side, I fancy. And they will get a leg by. Leg by to end the over, so 7 runs off the over, 114 for 5, and the Titans need 8 runs off the last 2 overs. And what a valuable little innings this has been by Christelle van der Schyff, and what a wonderful learning experience for her. What a confidence booster. Young player, hasn't played at this level before, and here she is steering the Titans home potentially to victory.
Definitely, and I think she's done her job today. She came in, she was probably told to rotate strike, but she did exactly that. She rotated strike, never once started to dot her up. I mean, look at her strike rate, it's over 100, and she's picked the bowlers apart, she's put away the bad balls, so I think she's had a great day in the field today, and I think every time she comes on, I think she'll always try and amaze us because, like you said, she does hit a long ball, and she's a very interesting batsman to watch.
So, Emma Fenter, you have your wish. Faye Cowling is back into the attack. 2 Van der Schyff. Oh, it's down the leg side. It's tickled away, and that is going to be like a knife in the heart of the Lions, I'm afraid. The boundary, again, off the first ball of the over. So all the pressure is released.
You just don't want to be giving away free runs like that, but it is a bit silly from the captain, from the Lions, because I think Faye Carling has been bowling in swingers the whole day. You should have had your fine leg out before anything had gone wrong. I don't see why there's a need for a third man, or no, not even a gully. Just bring your point out a bit more backward, and then bring your fine leg, just put a fine leg out in the first place and put it in deep. So I think it's a bit silly from the Lions captain there.
And yeah, the short third man is now belatedly moving to short fine leg.
Great ball from Faye Carling there. Stayed a bit low, that one.
It was pretty full, yeah. I think it maybe even landed in the crease and then just scuttled along to wicketkeeper Manak, who's been very tidy behind the stumps. She dealt with it well. Slashed away through point.
I think the
2
Titans
is
ladies
on
are
here.
for 2.
And Van der Schyff will go to 27 not out now of 21 balls. Jafta has 10. And now just 2 more runs to get.
Van der Schyff definitely, she's played an outstanding innings. She's did what she was told, and I think the Titans ladies are going to look to go for a bang here. Let's see, I think she might actually step across and try and slog sweep it over a square leg. That's what I think.
We'll see if Emma Fenter should go and buy a lottery ticket at the end of this tournament.
Okay, maybe not square leg. Let's go because they bring their deep mid wickets in. So let's just go. I think she's just going to try and step across and slog sweep.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of room on
This
the
is
leg
what should
side
have been
boundary.
done
No one
earlier.
there. No one there now on the leg side boundary. Down the ground, Cowling intercepts very well. Those long arms snatched that out of the sky.
Titans needing just 2 runs. I think Christelle van der Schyff going to do a bit of shuffle down and over the bowler's head.
That's it. Firmly to cover.
I won't be playing the lotto today.
Good fielding again by Tabedi.
It's actually, besides the 4 in the over, I think Faye Carling has bowled decently, and the 4, it was a bad ball, but I think the captain also had a bit of fault to it because the fine leg should have been out since the beginning.
And there we go, the big hit. Up and over wide mid on. And she has finished it in style. Oh, Christelle van der Schyff, what a wonderful innings by this young lady who has shown the Titan selectors that they certainly need to keep her in their plans. So a wonderful victory for the Titans. They emerged through this tournament unbeaten. They've won this match by 5 wickets with an over to spare. And Emma Fenter, it's just been a very impressive all-round showing by the hosts.
Definitely, Ken. I think both the Lions, they did start off quite slow, but they really did come back in the end. But the Titans, they were just on top of it the whole game. I think they lost a few wickets in the beginning, quite some silly wickets, but I think Christelle van der Skyf, she really did her job out in the field, and she ended off with a bang. I wanted the slug sweep, but it was just such a great open the left leg and just plant it, and I think she did very well in the middle.
Yeah, so Christelle van der Skyf ends with 33 not out off just 24 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s, steering her team to victory in the company of her captain Gandhi Jafta, who finished on 10 not out. Earlier, Simone Lawrence fell just short of 100 runs for the day. She scored 66 in the morning and 32 off 23 this afternoon to put the Titans on course for victory. The Lions, well, they bowled with great courage and played gallantly to get themselves back into the contest, gave themselves a chance of defending a moderate score. And just looking at their bowling, Tokoloko Motsepe was very good, 3 overs for 10 runs. Liani Swanepoel as well, her new ball partner, 3 overs for 15. Elena Kusuda Nen took a couple of wickets, and Tutu Tabedi excellent in the field and tidy with the ball, 2 overs for 14. Samantha Swanepoel 3 overs for 25, but her last over was a costly and crucial one in the scheme of things. But the pick of the bowling, definitely Faye Cowling, 4 overs, 3 for 22. Emma Fenter, just your overview of this tournament. Has it been a success? Is it something that we need to see more of?
Yeah, no, definitely, Ken. I think the tournament has been a great success. The host team, the Titans, winning the tournament, and I think it was well deserved for them. They played outstanding cricket. I think every team did. We saw a lot of young talent. We saw a lot of old talent. We saw a few of the old players just showing off why they're still playing cricket. We've seen more run-outs than I can count. We've seen some big sixes. And I think that more tournaments like this should be done. We spoke about it this morning. I think women also need a bit of winter cricket. You know, just get their hands stinging a little bit every now and then. But I think regardless of that, the tournament was very fun to watch, and I was so glad to be a part of the commentating team. And I hope you guys enjoyed having me on.
Well, I will second everything you said there, Emma Fenter, and absolute delight to have you and Jenna Searle on commentary. And just our huge thanks to the Fidelity Titans, to John Deere, for putting on this wonderful tournament. It really has been, I think, a spectacular success. Beautiful setting at Irene Country Club. Everything immaculately organised and run. And the format's been fantastic. Great to have the international players. And I think everyone has thoroughly enjoyed themselves as we see a beaming Titan CEO Jacques Fall walking across. And a very big thanks also to the partners and supporters of this tournament who made it possible. John Deere, the title sponsors, but also Koi, Renault Centurion, Jodo, who am I missing out? The Baron. So we do thank you all. Just a reminder that all Titans and Lions home games in the women's provincial competitions are live streamed through Pitch Vision on the Cricket South Africa app, and do have live commentary as well. So we will certainly look forward to having the pleasure of your company again, and hopefully the pleasure of having Emma and Jenna on commentary as well. Thank you very much for your support and for listening to us, and goodbye and good afternoon.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Great job, team.
Nice.